Hello, everyone. How's it going? Glad to see you back. Right, more Dead Space, just like I promised. Since we seem like we were enjoying ourselves. Your favorite work time streamer? I am a streamer of the people. Just put me right up there next to Che Guevara on a t-shirt. It'll look very accommodating. I'm currently Ow, it's my hand. Stop it. Why does she do this at the start of every stream? She's like, I gotta stop him before it's too late. Hello, did an apartment tour today and hoping to apply soon. Did you find one you like? Close to everything you need? You know, that perfect apartment? Dex, I swear, stop clawing at my hand. What's up, Dart? I'm currently fielding off a very playful cat that wants my attention. Some people would find that adorable. I'm currently trying to work, though. Wants to monopolize you. Yeah, but she always she's had the rest of the day to come after my, monopolize my time, but she didn't until right now. Like the past 5 minutes. Holy shit, that's the menu? How lame. Oh, wait, you think that's not, look, hold on a second. There you go. That's when you, like, tab out of the game what the menu looks like. It looks almost identical to the old one. Even sound, I think it's using the same sound effects. So yeah, when I tab out to, like, do stuff in a different monitor, that's why it, like, shrinks for some reason. God damn it, Dart. Why did you have to be punctual? I only had 9 minutes left from yesterday's stream. Well, I'm sorry. You know I'm usually punctual now, right? Pretty good for that. But don't worry, those 8 minutes will remain there. I mean, really all I'm going to be doing right now for like the next like 8 minutes is talking anyways without playing the game, so feel free to finish watching it. Hey, Dartigan chat, how far y'all got? Yes, I got, what was I doing last night, actually? I was trying to repair that we had like the ships being pulled into the planet, so we need to repair something. I think it's like the engine or something. So we're in that section. This is pretty much the same game, but with better graphics for the most part, but they've made a few changes here and there where they could make the main characters speak. They've added the side quests into it and like smartened up a few level design elements. Like there's no longer like a loading screen between when you get on like the tram, and also there's like unlockable doors you wouldn't normally have had there that you get security clearances for. I also think from what I saw, you no longer have to buy your weapons, you just find them on the ground. So that way you don't have to like spend a bunch of money on a weapon you might not end up using. So that's a nice touch. Thick Thighs, where you been? How you been doing? Good to have you back. All around applause. I'm almost 100 pages into Stephen King's new novel. I have not read a Stephen King novel in quite a while, but yeah, nut. Don't know what got you horny, but hey, if it got you there. Yeah, I think the last Stephen King novel I read was, it was either The Cell or it might have been like the last Dark Tower book in the series, and I was like, okay, I think I'm done with this author. Yeah, his newer stuff just does not interest me at all. Like the past decade where the book's like, this doesn't really, Also, thank you for the bonk, I think, right? Polycarp is like, I'm going to play all the sound effects right now. They sound funny. You know, actually, weirdly enough, I had an offer from someone. They contacted me on Discord. They're like, I noticed you use sound alerts on your stream. Have you, what was it? Let me see it. Yes. Hi, Dargan. I stopped by your stream today and really enjoyed it. I also saw that you have sound alerts installed over your streams. I just want to ask if you know anything about the Blurp soundboard Twitch extension. The Blurp. I guess it's a competing rival. I didn't know there was such a war for attention of streamers and their soundboards. Maybe they offer money. Maybe I should like, hey, you pay me like $1,000 a month.
Japanese animes.
Oh, is it now? Maybe they like, you offer me $1,000 a month and I'll use your soundboard over sound alerts. I mean, I actually would take that. Maybe I should see what he's offering. If it's just like, hey, these are the advantages, and they want to, man, I'm not that interested. I'm good with what I got. I just play funny sound effects. They are funny, but timing them right is key. Yeah, because there's always like a delay, isn't there? Thick thighs is always thick thighs is the one. I think is that your first sound bit alert. I can't think of how to speak today. But thank you for the 100 bits. You shaved your head today? Was that for like religious reasons? You just wanted a new look reason, or you're got male pattern baldness and you're like, you know what? Fuck it. I fire my hair. Could be any one of the three. There's also the anime reason if you have like a life-changing moment and you got like, someone you like cut the long hair off to like, show that you're a new person now. Also, Lazy Gamer, thank you for the 45 months. Better Call Dart. Oh, we have to cook. I've still never watched a single one of either that show or Breaking Bad. Not a single episode. I only know the memes. And that's really enough these days, right? If you know the memes of popular entertainment, you basically know the popular entertainment. Or at least you know the relevant bits. Causes me to sweat to perspire, to leak fluids from your skin. Isn't that fucking... you don't think about it, but if you had to explain that to aliens who don't like, hey, do you guys like, leak fluid from your skin when, you get warm? Like, no, human, that's fucking disgusting. Oh, no wonder we waited so long to contact you and your miserable species. You run hot, causes me to sweat too much? Okay, that's the hair thing, right? I mean, usually, I don't know, I've never had that issue. I got a lot of hair up on top of my head, but it doesn't make me sweat. Did I hear about Hi-Fi Rush? I have, and I probably will end up playing it. I might get to it after I finish up this game and then Forspoken. And the heck did I just enter the stream at? I was talking about how, like, if we, really think about it, sweating is kind of like a low-key, like, weird-ass thing we humans do. Because almost no other animal does it. Dex, stop it. Or at least to the degree that we do. Like one of our superpowers that other animals, like, look on in jealousy at. Like, wow, they can get damp whenever they need. Wish I could do that, says your dog, who has to, like, sit there and pant for, like, an hour to cool down. We're not a miserable species. I know we're not, but I just like using, words like that. I'm just, like, talking about us from, like, a negative point of view from possible, like, orbiting aliens, Also, pulled 204 for 10 reps today. 204 reps of what? Oh, you pulled 204 weight. Okay. I mean, nice, man. Pretty damn nice. And 10 whole reps? Yeah, that's actually, solid progress. You're probably getting shredded then. Forspoken is even worse when you're thinking it will be. I mean, I played the demo, so I have a pretty solid idea. Someone who has played OG and hated the medical level, fuck hydroponics, huh? Well, maybe they made it better now, though. Also, the only species to have adrenaline. Is that true? No other species has adrenaline? No other species gets, like, the shakes when they're, like, fight or flight mode? That's new information to me. Do other animals get diabetes? Never had to think of that before, but I assume they probably would have to. But then again, they probably just die if they do, so it's probably never a big issue. Just do the 40k, think nuke Xenos on site. Well, do they ever give, like, Xenos the opportunity to convert to worshipping the Emperor in 40k? It's like, hey, Xenos, if you worship the Emperor, you'll genocide your entire planet. No, they don't. It's like, fuck the Xenos. Haven't they, like, worked alongside them a few times, though, to, like, fight other enemies? Playing the remake right now and about to go into the first boss fight. Wish you luck. Hey, I hope it goes well. Hope you come out of it alive. Yeah, my new routine is 10 reps with low sets with a focus on adding weight every time I move to another. See, I do the opposite. I start with the heaviest weight, with all my weights I currently have, and then I step down once I get tired of that. Like, once my arms are I can't push anymore. I like, okay, now I take weight off, push the next, set. But the only case is the elder helping one of the emperor's sons come back to life. Like I said, you obviously know more about it than me. I thought I've heard, like, them, like, helping, like, what about the Tau? Haven't they, like, fought alongside the Tau once or twice, or no? And like I said, I'm just, like, guessing at that point. I know, like, the elder, like, they've worked with once or twice. Then again, I guess you can't really, if you want them to all be in constantly, like, war, you can't really have them siding too much. I don't know why I want to get this game, even though I know it'll be too scared to play more. Man, I wish I could say that about a game. I actually really been pissed off that I'm not scared of video games. I feel like I'm missing out, man. Like that seems like it's integral to really enjoying a horror game, and I don't get to have that part of it anymore. Then again, I don't. Even if I did, I don't think I'd find Dead Space scary. It's a little too much like, yeah. You're a bit too capable as a main character for me to ever feel scared of anything. It's really only like occasionally when the game like puts an enemy behind you after you killed one in front of you. It does that a lot actually. Warhammer has such rich lore. I wish I had actual decent movies, shows, and video games. I mean, there's weirdly there's a lot of like YouTube fan films of, and even like CG films of Warhammer that I've noticed that get a ton of fucking views. There's also a lot of books too, I believe. Used to get scared. I mean, I've only been like scared of games like the first couple times I ever played horror games, like Resident Evil and Silent Hill. After that, never again. It sucks. PW shut them down. They shut down that free publicity. I mean, damn, man. Don't they like loan out their license about anyone who wants to use it? Also, Doc, thank you for the 40 months. Have I ever seen a movie that scared me? Only when I was a child. I remember staying up late and all alone watching The Exorcist, and I remember getting really freaked out when her head spins around. But I guess everyone's more scared when they're a kid. So, but I don't remember getting scared of movies too often. I don't know. There were probably examples. I just have forgotten them though. I didn't really get to watch a lot of good scary movies, I guess, as a child. In 40K, you should read about Trazen. Even what species is he? I'm guessing human. Or Terran, I guess they call them. I remember playing the OG when it came out, and I got scared from the first attack that happens, then never played it again until like 2004. It took you that long to get back to it, huh? Well, by then, yeah, I guess you eventually get your monies out of it. But there is a 40K show in the works with, yeah, that one's the big one right now, the Henry Cavill show. Treat the IP with care, considering it's Henry Cavill and he's got like a producer role as well. I would imagine and how we learned behind the scenes, he was the one who fought for like The Witcher to be better than it could have been, and against the writers constantly. I think if he actually has control over it, then yeah, he could probably come up with something pretty good. Are there any good scary movies? Well, yeah. I mean, there's plenty of good scary movies out there. Like I said, I just don't really find entertainment that scary, even when it's trying to be. So I'm probably not the best judge. But yeah, I mean, there's, like I said, The Exorcist was the one that really worked on me. I don't know if any modern scary horror movies are any good, but I've always heard that like that It Follows is really good. And also, speaking of the word It, the first It movie was apparently pretty good. But there's over the years always like good horror movies here and there. And sometimes there's really cheesy horror movies that are still really good. Scared me a lot. Did Dead Space 2. My favorite scary movie is The Sphere. Oh, that movie. Its character. Yeah, I remember that. I remember watching as a kid and not really understanding it, but I remember it had really nice visuals. I think it made a better novel than it did a book than a movie, though. A lot of this stuff made more sense. But also, welcome to the chat, Centered Song, your first time here. I'm listening to the 40K Night Lords audiobooks, and the Night Lords do some fucked up things. But doesn't everyone do fucked up things in 40K? There's not exactly like one paragon race. They're all terrible. I guess maybe like the ancients, who like the first people, like the lizard people, they like, well, I don't know if they did anything fucked up, but they eventually got fucked up themselves. Puppet Master was weird. Yeah, probably. Which first It movie? The 80s. Well, was it 80s or 90s? Whichever one. The one with Tim Curry. That one just laughably funny. That's barely a horror movie. But I heard the most recent, the newer It movie. The first one is apparently pretty good. Aliens. It's hard for me to think of Aliens as a horror movie, but Alien dead on. Predator. Yeah, there's also The Thing. Excellent, by the way. The Shining. Another one. The Lighthouse. Haven't seen that one. But yeah, all good choices. Especially The Thing. I think The Thing is possibly the best horror movie. Just because, I don't know, I don't know, something about it. It's like, obviously the original Amogus. Damn it, Dex, get out of there. Stop being a nuisance. Yeah, without it, we wouldn't have Amogus. But hey, it was a really good movie. I remember whenever I catch it on, I'd watch it. Still can't believe High Rush was made by the same studio that made Ghostwire Tokyo. They made jokes about that themselves in their own trailer. But hey, I mean, you know, apparently it's really good and way better than Ghostwire Tokyo. Alright, so, Dex, please, go be in peace. Go lie in your bed. For the bathroom? No, she wants to get behind my PC where it's very warm, but there's a whole lot of wires back there. Can't let her back there. Don't know what she'll chew on. If you chew on the wrong cord, she basically turns into an electric type cat and I can call her a Pokemon. But I'll just be like dealing with a pain because she'll probably be dead. Right, yeah, last time we activated that and we gotta go like deal with issues. What's her name? My cat? Or Dex? Or are you asking someone else a different question? Preparation room. These are locked out to me. Yeah, my cat's name is Dex. She's a regular here on the stream. Always causing mischief. Scan rig to unlock workstation. Can I not? Okay, I guess that was not for me to do that. What about Gex the Gecko? You know, a PlayStation 1 video game fame? No. Don't you mean she will evolve into a ghost type? Oh, you're right. Yeah, is that how the ghost type... You know, if they call them ghosts, they have to actually be ghosts, right? Otherwise, they're just like, no, this is an edgy type Pokemon. I never got that. Like, is it actually a ghost? Did it die? No, then it's not a fucking ghost, is it? It's just a Pokemon that shops at Hot Topic. There were ghosts. They were only ghosts in Gen 1. Yeah, but were they actually... They were like living things. They weren't, you know, dead. Speaking of dead, ghost Pokemon are usually dead things. Well, really? I mean, then how do they make new ones? How did they born? Were they other Pokemon before they died? And then they just like, oh, well, in my previous life, the Gengar was a Pikachu. Ripper, huh? Oh, this shitty gun. I remember this. This gun was like terrible in the original Dead Space. They fix it up. Okay, we need to like set that to a hotkey, right? Number 3. There we go. All the Pokédex entries hinted objects being possessed or they're dead or killed and turned into something. Well, you know, I've always heard the Pokédex can be a little fucked up at times in how it describes Pokemon. Alright, we'll try out the Ripper. Primary Fire or Shoot Blade. I think a good number of ghost Pokemon are dead. Jesus Christ, Nintendo. Why is your Pokemon shed so dark in its lore? Bathroom.
Security request retrieved.
We need help down in engineering. Danvers, get those wires up. Tell him to shut out. I don't want to. I don't want to. Christ, Henderson, your teeth. He's pulling his teeth out. Just hold him. Where the fuck is security? Oh, God. He's dead. No, he's alive, but he hit that sink pretty hard. His own teeth. Chief, what the hell is happening? I don't know. Cancel security request. Henderson needs the medical bay. And a shrink.
There are Pokemon that have to eat mountains to evolve? Which Pokemon is that, and how do you do that in the video game? Also, there's a Pokemon that is only female and has a harem. Okay, sometimes I think the people who design the Pokemon are just like translating their horniness into like their art. Happens all the time, you know. Oh, this is the guy. This is where someone was pulling their teeth out, probably. Lavatar or a Pokemon that eat mountains. Doesn't that mean their world should be really flat? Jinx, is Jinx the one that has the Jinx, the all-female with the hair? I kind of forget about Jinx at the time. Mainly because I think Nintendo wants everyone to forget they made Jinx because, you know, reasons. Like, does Jinx ever get used in any of the games anymore? Can you, like, not find a Jinx anywhere? Oh, boy, yeah, it's well known as like, ooh, whoa, that's a bit sensitive. You can still find Jinx. Yeah, I'm surprised about that. Yeah, feels like this gun still kind of sucks. At least if you're fighting more than one enemy. Plasma cutter upgrade. Graph extended. A new special ability is now accessible. An additional power node has been salvaged. Alright, we got some stuff to spend. I've only put like barely any into this. Oh, we can increase our size and large. What does that even mean? Increase my size? I mean, I get emails about that from time to time. Isaac, would you like to increase your size? Increase our dir. Okay, this is just too easy to write these jokes. Increase your dir. Place duration, erg. My god. Okay, everything is a meme now. Energy. That seems a bit more important. We'll put 2 into this. There we go. Plasma cutter. So these locked off branches is stuff I have to get, you know, the upgrades for to like open up, right? Reload time, or do we want more damage? I think we'll head toward the damage. Increases stasis zone of effect. Like I said, the only weapon I really plan to focus on leveling up is the plasma cutter. The other ones are just there to like, I'll use them every once in a while when I run out of ammo for the plasma cutter. Let me check my inventory. Okay, we're actually running a little low on, you know, space here. It'll be fine. I'll use up blades. Gen 4 drift loon is tugs on the hands of children to steal them away. However, it gets pulled around instead. So it's meant to be terrifying and creepy, but ends up being cute because it's a failure at kidnapping children. Don't you wish all, you know, child kidnappers were like, oh, you're cute, you're trying to steal this kid, but you're too stupid to fucking pull it off. Did you send Dead Space 1? Because I don't know. I've spent Dead Space 2 and 3. I was planning to send it at one point, but then they announced the remake, and it made no sense to do it until the remake. You know, I'll just wait for that.
Identifies the subject was junior engineer David Swenson. The subject was dismembered after falling into machinery, allowing... God. So sorry.
Yeah, I would not stay in that room at that point.
Postmortem spasms. chest contains a yellow bile seen in other specimens. I've seen this bile react to dead or bioprosthetic cells. The dead tissue is absorbed, recombined, then reanimated. The bile shares genetic markers with human DNA and a growth on the walls. It's all connected to the marker from Aegis 7, but how?
Marco, what's that?
Dr. Kine studied the marker. Dr. Kine has vanished. Unless he's with the survivors on the mining deck. You'll rest easy now, David. I promise. End log.
That thing is not strapped to the table. Apparently it's dead, so he doesn't need to be strapped down.
With a woman, you can't even catch a ball.
And Jack, you're too harsh, man. Why you gotta be like that? You saw my girlfriend right there. Good evening, my beloved chap. What's up, Saray? How you doing tonight? Okay, I am quickly filling up this inventory again. I need to find stuff to shoot real soon. Isn't there like an alt fire for this? Like, how do you use the alt fire of these guns, by the way? Like, this has like a magnet thing in it, doesn't it? Also, what was this thing used for in lore? Just in case we get any lumber and we need to like telekinetically cut it. Moo, it's a thing. Oh, Centric, you are new here. So mooing, my chat likes to do that from time to time. They just do. There are technically reasons for it, but explaining them is just like, it's really specific to Metal Gear Solid 4. They really like the robots in that, so they just made that their community thing. You're wondering where that was? Oh, you found out the lore too now, huh? Basically, when I streamed that, you know, some people would just go when the robots would show up, and they just kept doing it for some reason, even after I finished the game. Dart is a farmer. He is old McDartigan, and we are the flock, huh? Well, I do like pulling on udders. Damn. Dex, you are driving me nuts tonight. I can't pet you right now, kitty. I need my hands for other things. It was used to cut hard rock that couldn't be damaged by plasma cutter, I think. So why'd it have to be like telekinetically like you'll shot out though? When you use like a connected tool, you're like a regular saw, get the job done. Why did you get a cat? Because I like cats and I like pets. Why does anyone get an animal to live with them they have to spend money to feed? They just do. They have their moments.
Level 2 security clearance required.
Let me look, since no one answered my question earlier, let me see how you do the alt fire. Drag stasis, med pack is F, stasis pack is C. Okay, I need to remember that. Locator, stop, melee aim, hold, shoot, alt fire is space when you get it. Okay, alt fire is space. Emergency food, only if you like raise chickens. Actually, if you raise chickens, you might be amazing them poor food. Uh oh.
Warning. Fuel reserves depleted. Main engines offline.
An animal that can be emergency food. Well, you know what? I really don't want to find out what a cat tastes like. I'm sorry. I'd have to get mighty desperate before I've ever considered that. Like, literally like the day before dying. I don't even want to think about that, actually. But you know what? No, thank you. Let's see, a cat tastes like... how would you know? Not that I'm assuming you've eaten cat, I was assuming, how would you know about the other thing? I hear like violence violin sounds. That means an enemy has spawned somewhere. I think. What's up, Cook Results? How you doing? Having a good one tonight. Oh, what the? Oh, that was the wrong one.
Refueling sequence activated. Additional fuel required for engine restart.
If it's science chat, it spins. Good. Speed. You know, you notice that. You notice that in science fiction? Science must spin. Uh-oh. Just found some graffiti that says, "Fuck this ship, it's a shitty capitalist organization." Well, I mean, it is a pretty hardcore business they got. I mean, apparently they have, even though they're a spacefaring civilization that can, travel to other planets, they're, strapped for energy and resources for some reason. Look, it's Dead Space's lore has never made a bit of goddamn sense, but I stand by that as that is the dumbest part of all of it. That they need to resort to, like, devil energy, like the marker, to power their civilization when they literally can fly between star systems in a blink of an eye. Loading saw blade gun seems like a massive health hazard when you aren't fighting him. If you're fighting more than one enemy at a time, it's not good because you have to like sit there and hold it on them. So it's free for someone. I mean, you can shoot them out one at a time and they ricochet as well. But normally you're gonna be like, you're basically like a dentist with a buzzsaw. You remember the enemies yelling? Well, most things make sounds when they're like fighting for their life. So maybe it's yelling as I kill it, as it like, last chance. You know what? It's like, fuck you, only in Monster. Oh, ow, burn, ow. Oh, I didn't realize my health was so low. We need 5-year sub badges. I need to do that plus emotes, but I need to find a new artist. Old artist isn't available anymore. I don't know if you've heard me talk about that issue. I currently have. Yeah, old artist is no longer available, and I really like that artist too, but I can't find anyone I currently enjoy the work of. Really a pain. All right, pop yourself out. That seriously missed. Okay, I really just needed to use that to get rid of some of that ammo, so I actually might want to use my gun now to get rid of, because I'm, packing some ammo for that. I believe I've discovered a glitch. Okay, no, it was, for some reason I just had like a ghostly after image of my UI. Still the most ridiculously worst designed machine gun in history. Just like, what if we just had like a big cylinder and like just instead of like a fancy like actual sights, what if you just gave you like World War I issue iron sights and also put lasers on it too? You know what? Do it. Just do it. Finally at 100k channel points, 9.9 million to go. You're saving it, you among other people, huh? Alright, we can all agree they put this gun in here simply because they knew there'd be people who would never understand, yet they like shoot for their limbs. And they still give the people who don't want to do that a way of it fighting. Solution is so simple, send a CIA Black Ops team to extract the artist from Russia. Oh wow, yeah, you're right. I'll get right on that. Can't believe that's never even crossed my mind once. How many of you are there? Oh shit, I didn't mean to go back. Well, actually that lucked out because now I'm safe. Where are you at? Engineering? Yeah, we're trying to fix this, trying to make sure the ship doesn't get pulled into the planet. Pulse rifle is my favorite gun. I don't know, it just doesn't really seem like it ever has a good... I mean, the mines on it apparently pretty good, but other than that, it feels like it doesn't really have as much usefulness. Hello, Moo people. I was playing Fire Emblem. Were you playing it well, though? This is very, very slow trim. Been watching some streamers play Engage. It's cute, Engage. What game is that? The Emblem. Oh, Fire. I'd never actually know which Fire Emblem game is the new one because they all got like subtitles. Didn't really know which one that one was called. I just know it's the new Fire Emblem. Hope to someday get enough channel points to send Persona 5 because I will then use throw them away in front of chat. Oh, really? Yeah, I kind of like that mentality. Like the person who just wants the chat burned. Like, look, chat. I'm pretty sure though, if you got them at that, if you ever got that many points, there'd be someone else who had them as well. Dax, shush. Shush. Go sleep in your little cat house. It's cushiony in there. You like it, right?
Report filed by Jacob Temple. The engine problems aren't a malfunction. Someone shut off the fuel lines to primary engine and damaged the valves to hell and back. We just wasted an hour fixing them. Now we need to restart the south refueling station, but some jackass turned off the power and locked up the circuit breaker. No engines? We're gonna hit planetfall soon. What now? There's gotta be someone around here who had a spare access card. Go. Wait, you hear that? Never go!
Run. Assume your next game after Dead Space is going to be Hogwarts Legacy. You mean for Sin? Most certainly. But I'll be playing games in between now and when that game releases.
Security card required.
Well, my next, yeah, Dead Space is most certainly gonna be my next video I make after at least the Sonic vid, and after that, most likely Hogwarts Legacy. Then I'm guessing, maybe, I don't know, there should be time after Hogwarts Legacy for me to send something else. You are making fun of Harry Potter? I mean, yeah. Why not? How many other, there aren't too many Harry Potter games out there, actually. There's like an old PS1 Harry Potter game, and then there's like a, you know, one I think on like the PS3. How much do you know of Harry Potter? I've read the book series. And I've seen not all the movies, but a couple of them. Did you send the remake of Resident Evil 4? Yes, Resident Evil is like a series mainstay on my channel. And those videos always do very well. And you know, Resident Evil 4 is one of my favorite games of all time. So yeah, I'll be playing that. Bet your ass on it. Okay, we can go back to the fuel station now. Finished watching the movies in prep and I'm listening to the audiobooks. Ah, an audiobook guy. I've never really been into audiobooks myself, to be honest with anyone. I don't know, I like reading. It's always been like a passion of mine to like read stuff. I like a good book. So I've never really needed to just like listen to someone else read a book to me. But to each their own. You just want to jump scare me with a FaceTime?
Damn it.
Daniels? You made it.
Thank God. After the bridge, we thought that...
Glad to disappoint. I barricaded myself in the computer core. I can hear them, but I don't think they know I'm here. Isaac, I've tracked down your rig. You're in engineering, right? I'll get myself admin privileges. Maybe I can help.
Too grown to be read. I'm too grown to be read to? Well, I mean, I guess that's logic. I mean, I just like prefer to read myself. I've listened to a few audiobooks in my time. I just like to read. I like, you know, I don't mind like looking at a series of words. Dart, I love your streams, but your voice is way too much soothing. I'm falling asleep. You know what? That's not a problem. Go to sleep, my man. Get some good, you know, some good rest. If I am helping you do that, then I'm doing a good job, I feel. And you're not the first to tell me that as well. Trust me.
Clearance confirmed.
I'm glad that I'm a comfy streamer then. Alright. Life support, or we could turn off life support and lighting? Why would we want to do that? Oh, we gotta turn... you know what? I don't want to let go without oxygen, so I'll stick with turning off the lights. Yeah, because there's always plenty of other... Yeah, that's why I was wondering why there was oxygen stations around here. ASMD Dart gameplay to sleep and study 24 hours through on. I have legitimately considered I should probably put together an ASMR channel. It's just that one, I don't have an ASMR mic, and I feel like I know I would cringe like hell trying to make ASMR content. Like, what do? Just like whisper into the mic like, "Hello, everyone." I don't know. I feel like because I'm not really into ASMR myself. I don't listen to it. I feel like if I ever try to make it, I was like, "Oh god, this is so fucking embarrassing." Also, Chad, I have a statement to make about this game. If you're playing this game on PC, you might want to consider playing it with a controller because it's almost too easy with a keyboard and mouse. It seriously is. It's like it's super easy. It's like pop, 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 leg, arm, leg, dead. It is legitimately, if you want to have like a more tense experience, maybe use a controller if you're playing this on PC. Not that I'm going to. I'm just too comfortable using keyboard and mouse, but... Audio books with Papa Dart. You know, realistically, if you wanted to hear me read all the time, chat, there's now an AI that you can like literally buy a subscription to, and then you can like train it on someone's voice by uploading video clip or audio clips, and it does a very good job of like imitating that voice. It doesn't sound robotic at all, and you can have it read whatever you want. So you could literally have like a AI voice trained on me reading your audiobooks to you. And what about us controller supremacists? Well, then you don't have anything to complain about. You already got like the better, the more intense you'll experience because it makes you suck a little bit more.
Refueling sequence activated.
So you're saying I could get you to read Warhammer 40k novels to me? Yes.
Okay, I've got a fuel reading. Only a quarter full, but it should be enough.
I still need to get the centrifuge working before restart. Someone really screwed with these fuel lines.
Move fast, Isaac.
Now that I think
You just
about
have
it,
looking damn close
you
out
do
there.
have a bit of a Seth voice. I mean, like, hey people. Seth here. Well, we're all, I guess we're both just like deadpans, you know, very smooth deadpan voices all kind of sound the same after a while. Activate the centrifuge. See what I'm telling you? It's almost just too easy with keyboard and mouse. Okay, I can turn the lights back on now since we don't need to go up there. Night Dart, a Mikey Black Gloves. Have a good night, man. Hope you enjoy a restful sleep. Oh, you can't undo that one? Oh, I see. That one's locked in once you activate it, huh? I'm very glad that I chose not, you know, the lights over oxygen then. My voice is the voice that dropped 1,000 pennies. That many, huh? Must have not been in my presence. I would have remembered that sort of opportunity. Yeah, wouldn't if you turned the air off, wouldn't you just like suffocate trying to go across this? This is very slow. You know, they missed an opportunity to work with the atmosphere of the game, like when you shine the laser light through it, for it to actually make brighter trails in the cloud, like a laser actually would. That'd have been nice. Graham crackers? You haven't had, I mean, the only time I've ever had graham crackers is when I was making s'mores. Otherwise, a graham cracker on its own is terrible. Then again, I haven't had a s'more in a while either, because I've only ever had s'mores when I have like a campfire or a bonfire going. I've always heard that s'mores are a very American thing too. Like, they don't really make s'mores anywhere else. Like, non-Americans out there, have you ever had a s'more before? That, you know, not like a store-bought one. Like, well, do they even make store-bought s'mores? Probably not. But, you know, like one you like roasted over a campfire. You know, you got that marshmallow that's lava hot with like some Hershey's chocolate. And then like between the layer of the graham cracker. Just exited a store and 2 necromorphs, and that thing that makes necromorphs were waiting right behind me like, hey, you doing, bro? You gonna use that machine next month? Oh, thanks. Speaking of, you know what? I really should be seeing the death animations. I forgot about that being a thing because this game's kind of easy. I forgot I should have, I'm assuming the death animations, all the like metal ass death animations are still there. I miss s'mores so much. I mean, they're not, I mean, if you really want them, I mean, it's not that difficult to make. You just need marshmallow, chocolate, and graham cracker. I mean, if you really, you don't even need a campfire. You can just like turn on your gas stove. Or can you? I hear the people are trying to like take our gas stoves from. Maybe you can't. Roast it on your gas stove, get asthma. They even have vegan marshmallows. Wait, marshmallows aren't vegan? Well, I guess they probably, what they have in them make them make vegan. I think they're like all artificial stuff, but to begin with. Gelatin has animal bone. Okay, yeah, you're right, I guess. Roasted over your gas stove, become a cartel gang member, huh? I mean, that's the oh. New item available for purchase, the Ricochet Tracer. Oh, that's like an upgrade for the Ripper then, right? 11,000 for that thing? Ooh. I'd rather get plasma cutter upgrades. Kinetic. Heat accumulator, bring this part to the bench to extend the upgrade path and gain access to special upgrades. Kinetic, I'll bring this part to the bench to extend the upgrade path and get special upgrades. I'll buy one of these. I think I might put the Ripper in storage though. Also, I need to sell this. Florida barely even has gas stoves at this point. Retarded controversies. Apparently, most of the Southern America primarily use electric stoves. But they're the ones that are now like, hey, you can't take our gas stoves from us that we don't have. Some people, they just love to argue, you know? Anything in here? This is the way I came. I know you're going to be busy with new releases, but I can only see two I'm looking forward to after finishing this. FF16 and Resident Evil 4, those are the two you're looking forward to the most. Those are the only two you'll be able to watch until you play the other ones, I guess. I mean, understandable. I mean, there'll be all the other videos there will be there for when you finally get a chance, though. They're not going. I've never had to take down a video, actually. Like, I'm actually still surprised by that I've never gotten in any trouble. Like, hey, we don't like your video. We're gonna. I've never gotten any strikes. Never had to take down a video like, you know, it's the lost lost videos that no one can watch anymore. They're all still there. 19th century marshmallows are made by mixing mallow root sap, egg whites, and sugar into a fluffy mold. Mallow is a flour. I wonder if those tasted better. Like all natural organic marshmallows. Why don't you try like marketing that? Dex, I'm ignoring you, kitty. Why do you keep persisting? Ain't gonna work. At the kitty, she gets rubbed with my foot. I need my hands for other things right now. That's the blessing of being a human. You got 4 limbs that you can all be used for petting. You can simultaneously calm and make 4 different animals relax at once if you want, chat. 5 if you use your head. I'll be playing through Forspoken after your next 2 videos. Well, I'll probably play Forspoken before those 2 videos are finished. I might be playing Forspoken after I finish playing this game. Warning, mandatory decontamination. Can you guys hear her meowing in the background, or is she too silent? Think the game is too easy, use one hand. Well, then I can only like aim and I have to stand perfectly still. Or I can move without ever shooting. Too silent for you? Yeah, she's not a very loud cat. I mean, she's a soft meower. She's not like a really loud meower.
Clearance confirmed.
I'm surprised they don't have ray tracing available for this game due to how lighting is, crucial. Maybe they couldn't really make it work right because the lighting is so crucial. Yours is so chatty, she has something to say. Yeah, I'm kind of glad that Dex only like meows. She has like a period per day where she'll like meow a bit. Smog. Inspection comments. More absences. It's not just the unitologists sneaking off for religious exemptions or whatever. We're seeing serious gaps in the rotation. People going on sick with sleep deprivation, self-inflicted injuries, or just disappearing. They go off shift and they don't come back. Someone said the ship's been attacked. Bullshit. We're at the ass end of nowhere. Who'd come all the way to attack a mining ship? And the captain is dead, but Carmack says one of the bridge staff killed him. Swear to God, the rumors of this deck are out of control. Update. Lost contact with the bridge, no rig link, no security hardline, nothing. Okay, this is beyond rumors. Fuck this, I'm getting out while I still can. Did the Ishimura not have any, like, escape ships for anyone to, like, try to leave once, things got bad? You ever give her table scraps? My cat? No, I never feed Dex any human food. She gets solely cat food out of her dish, and that's actually one of the things that, she has never once came to me begging for food because of that, because she knows her food is always where it's going to be in the dish on the floor. So I strongly recommend never hand feed your pets like your own food, because you'll just make them beg. Alright, so now we can upgrade. What is this? Rate of fire, heat accumulation, and okay. Reload. I think I'll go with capacity. They'll get damage. Yeah, looks good. This tech tree for the guns reminds me of Final Fantasy X. You mean the sphere grid? I don't know, it doesn't really have the same feel to me. I mean, it just, well, I guess it is like little circles you're filling in, but that's just a bubble sheet. Honestly though, electricity-based stoves are much better. Well, induction stoves are apparently very good. Those coil stoves, like the one it's currently in my apartment, they kind of suck, low-key. Because one, oftentimes, pots won't balance perfectly on the coil, so you'll have uneven heating on your pan. Depending on what, unless you're using like cast iron. That's why I primarily use cast iron when I cook on a coil stove. But I've never really had a preference. I mean, supposedly, like, the gas stuff can give you asthma. I'm gonna guess that's very, I don't know, you have to be young and like basically huffing in the fumes. I don't know. But I do like gas stoves and like how they get things hotter quicker. But induction stoves are like magic. I like those. Cast iron. Oh, I almost entirely cook on cast iron these days. It's just stuff just comes out cooked better because it holds heat better as well. And they will last you your entire life. And like I've always found like other pans, and this is like a steel pan, I guess it was my last while, but like a cast iron, you can hand those down to your grandchildren. Talking about induction stoves, yeah, but a lot of people still use coil stove. Decon chamber. I think I remember this scene. Let me make sure my other gun is loaded. Might need those proximity mines.
Decontamination sequence activated. Please stand by.
Chad, do you find you don't really use your microwave much anymore? I really only ever use my microwave to like melt butter. It really reminds Mist. Use yours a lot. It's tits for quick ramen. Yeah, I don't really eat a lot of ramen.
Thank you for your patience.
Well, actually, I never eat ramen, actually. But, I really only ever use mine to melt butter these days. Really, I was actually thinking that exact same today. Outside of reheating leftovers, I don't microwave. Yeah, I mean, I feel like microwaving is a crutch when you're, like, young to, like, get cooking stuff fast. Because, you zoom, zoom, zoom. But once you actually learn how to cook, you're, like, you realize, oh, this tastes way better if I just cook it. Cast iron skillets are better geared towards preparing meat, though. Not well, yeah. If you're making steak, you kind of need a cast iron. But I think a cast iron is simply better for most things. Any more goodies out of you guys' corpses? No. Yeah, I might have gun rounds too. All right, got plenty of other stuff. Microwave hot water for tea. Kettle takes too long. I can see that happening. It will get that a bit hotter quicker. Do you remember the season to see? Well, yeah. Kind of have to. Well, you don't technically have to, but it makes it look shinier. It will make it smoke more, I found. Consequently, you can just make bacon in your cast iron. It seasons it just by cooking it. Like plenty of grease in there. Actually, I really don't think I can eat bacon anymore. It just makes me feel gross whenever I eat it. Like I still like the taste of bacon, but I don't know, I just feel so just bleh afterwards. I don't know if I'm gonna eat bacon anymore. Unless it's like, one or two slices that are top of a burger I get. Too greasy? I guess so. I don't know. Maybe it's just because after like all the time I've spent like mainly trying to eat healthy, now eating bacon just makes me like feel like I just downed like a bucket of hot horse glue or something. Precious nudes. I like the detail on this. Like, yeah, it's got skulls in it and stuff. Use your mic. I've considered like doing a stream where I eat some like food from my childhood. Like my first eating stream. So I'd need that for like, making pizza rolls. Like this, the type of food I've talked about never eating anymore. Yeah, I'd be doing that. Come on, pop, baby, come on, there you go. Show me the rattle. You make your own pizza rolls in the fryer? They roll. Okay, that's just... I've seen, like, recipes for that. I think I'd just rather make a pizza, though, and then go there. It seems like it's a lot extra work to make a pizza roll when I can just make a pizza. Feeling the same while eating Popeyes or other fast food? Yeah, fast food is something, like, if I ever get, like, cheap out and, like, I don't feel like cooking, get, like, a burger or something at, a restaurant. This is actually a really good restaurant, a little bit of fast food stuff. It just makes me, it has the same, like, sick feeling for, like, the next hour. It really does make you realize how much shit we are accustomed to shoveling into your body once you like detox yourself from it for a while, then try to eat it again. It's like, holy shit, how did I eat this stuff in the past and not just feel terrible? I don't want to like lord that feeling over anyone. Hey, you eat what you're eating. If you enjoy it. I'm just pointing out that when I try to eat like the stuff I would once eat before like 5 years ago, and like, yeah, it's pretty good. Now it's like, oh god, I feel like I'm gonna die. Oh, wait a minute. I think I know what's coming up. Unrecoverable priority message. Transcript provided available storage. Jiong, you there? What's keeping them? The centrifuge is still offline. We're running out of time. No rig link contact since they left. Chief, they're gone, aren't they? We armed them with everything we had. They have sent word if there were trouble. What, did they fall down an expletive hole? Expletive? There's a full tectonic load hanging out our ass. What if we turn off the gravity? You know, thick tectonic load. Oh, that's a chunky ass. Turn off the gravity tethers. Drop the load. Buy ourselves time. Drop the load. Share the load. I'm sorry. I tried. Unless I rip out half the ship's wiring, it takes a SEC board member's override to drop all that ore. Can't risk expletive off the shareholders, and without the centrifuge to balance the ship, we're talking planet fall in hours over that lucky. A lot of fast food I can't anymore since I started being more mindful of my eating habits. Enchiladas, especially, too oily, and I get severe acid reflux. Yeah, I think it's just like really oily or greasy food, or like stuff that has too much salt in it. It just makes me like, bleh. Just had the most bullshit death. I'm on the mining deck throwing rocks into beams. An enemy jumps me midair and knocks me into the beam. You know what? That's not a bullshit. That's a cool, badass death. Be proud of that. Don't normally have sugar and it twists my stomach. I try not to eat too much of it, but it just mainly going overboard with it. You know what? Too much sugar. But you know what? I still have like protein bars and I have like, decent amount of carbs in them. And I have a Snickers every once in a while too, because I do like Snickers.
Warning. Centrifuge offline. Please attach generator modules manually.
Started intermittent fasting and it helped. Yeah, that's what I've been doing that for a couple of years now, actually. I love it. What have we got? You've only been at it for a month now, but I feel great. Yeah, it really it helps to rebalance your circadian rhythm really well.
Wow. What a mansion.
I should have expected someone to play that. But I appreciate. Feels like this room is bigger than it used to be. They make changes to this. What is intermittent fasting? It can be a few different things. It's primarily where you only eat during a certain time of the day and you go about 16, well, usually around 16 hours without food. That's including sleep. Dex, you can't go back there. Stop that. But yeah, you usually go around 16 hours without eating, and then you get all your eating in like a 5 or 6 hour window. Though there's also people who will go a full day without eating anything, and then they'll eat every other day. I am really having to fight my cat tonight. Oh. Get back here. I'm the hunter now. Hey, oi, 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 mate. Oi. Why do you think he doesn't have gravity on him anymore after he dies? Gravity only work when you're still alive? I hate that I can't melee when I'm like in 0G. The dead do not, yeah, I mean, it's the dead. Gravity does not only affects the living. That seemed off. Try one more time. Okay then. When I played the OG Dead Space and I would get scared, I would just play stuff like Virtual Insanity and disco music. Just play the goofiest fucking music you can. You know, it probably works. Helps calm the mind, you know? Okay, clearly there's something we gotta do first before we can activate this. Stasis? Yeah, I think you're right, actually. I kind of forgot about that tonight. I was thinking like, oh, look for switch. What? See, the scariest thing in the game tonight? Still my sound alerts. Use World, of course. So there should be an option like on the very thing to like turn the thing off so it stops spinning. Oh shit! Fucking what a dick. Did he kill himself by launching himself into like the explosive? Where is it? Oh, oh, he's flying. He's so majestic. I don't want the jawbone, I want the item that came out of it. You lost 60 pounds last year cutting sugar and doing portion control. That's all it takes, man. Keep it up.
Generator module attached. Clutch engaged. All personnel clear for centrifuge restart.
Good. Alright, activate the centrifuge. The door over there is locked. I see another chest. There's Alright, let's hit the button. I'm sure all this debris floating around won't destroy the centrifuge.
Centrifuge activated. Re-establishing balance with tectonic load.
Manually ignite the engines?
Looks like the centrifuge is back online. All that's left is restarting
Whoa.
the engines, right? Ready when you are.
I think I'm dead. I think I'm dead. I was hitting the button to float, but he wouldn't float. He stomped instead. Yeah, corn up. We can't oh, we can't float anymore. That's the reason. Gravity got turned back on.
Looks like the centrifuge is back online. All that's left is restarting the engines, right? Ready when you are.
Okay, you can't slow that down. I see. I thought maybe I could like world it. Alright, had to learn that the hard way. Once more, the world.
Looks like the centrifuge is back online. All that's left is restarting the engines, right? Ready when you are.
More of these death traps in space that everyone keeps making. Oh, fuck's sake. Really? Really? Ah! Good. Alright. Hope they announce a Ghost of Tsushima sequel. I don't think that'll be happening this year. Or at least even an announcement. In fact, aren't they making a TV show for it? That'll probably happen before another game. Sony seems like they've caught in the TV show bug after their, you know, The Last of Us series. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get an Uncharted series too next. Right? And also Ghost of Tsushima, who knows what. Ghost of Tsushima, that is one name for it. Looking forward to Spidem 2. Spidem. I combine Spider-Man with Venom for Spidem. Spider-Man 2 Venom Boogaloo. Oh yeah, this part. I was wondering when that was coming. You were waiting for that moment too, weren't you? It's like I'm waiting for the tentacle scene to play that sound effect. I can understand you. They reveal what that tendril thing is? Yeah, it's the boss of this area. Had no effect while I'm armored up, you know. This part in the original almost broke the game, what, in terms of, like, making it crash? I kind of should have let it kill me just so I could have seen the death animation. There, what about over here? Oh, just this thing again. Let it kill you. It's dead now. I can't. don't think we're gonna be attacked again once we like decontaminate. Or will we? Y'all are PC players, respawn it back in. I mean, enter the console and like just spawn wherever you want. Let's see. I should probably upgrade the suit. Hey, what's wrong with your head, Isaac? You're really looking over there to the left. It's making me worry. Oh, did the game just crash? Yeah, I can't get out of this screen. There's enemies. Well, they thankfully the game crashed, so they can't get to me. In that new Redfall game in May, along with the new Legend of Zelda game, yeah, that's a rough time to go up against a Legend. I don't envy them. Yeah, the game is stuck. We'll never know what was to his left. It's a mystery. Alright. When was the last time... when was the last time I saved? Maybe I got an autosave. I don't know. I have to Alt F4. Which is the most devastating death animation of all. Hopefully OBS will, like, not fuck up and, like, oh yeah, I can't recognize you're playing the same game you just exited out of. Which sometimes happens, you know. So what do you think broke it? Was the enemy, like, spawning in right as I got into it? Any day now, game. Any day now. No ducks. Just because I'm reloading the game doesn't mean you get fed. OBS new game, who dis? Okay, it's working. Sometimes OBS is like that. If a game crashes and then you have to like turn the game off and start it back up, it will not recognize that you're playing a game and like display it. And you end up having to use like window capture. Alright. See how much you gotta recover from. Oh, this is right after I killed the tentacle. I like that they put like human people inside there. That's nice. I mean, nice graphical touch. You know, detail. Not that it's like nice that the people are being turned into that. Money behind me? Money? Oh yeah. Atomic Heart is one of those games I'm happy I bought an Xbox Series X because the day one Game Pass edition. I mean, I guess if you know what to pay for it, you know, that's a nice deal. I mean, I'm concerned that game is going to be janky. I want it to be good though. Well, it looks good, but you know what? There's been plenty of games come out of that area that just end up looking good in trailers, end up being jank. So excited for the new Zelda. You know, we still know practically nothing about the new Zelda game, though, and it just releases in like a couple months. They are holding that one really tight to their damn vest. Unreasonably so, I feel. Alright. Now, supposedly a monster spawned here last time, and that's why he's looking to his left constantly. Okay, he's not broken this time. Energy? Yeah, energy. We do have a boss fight coming up. Be surprised if Stalker 2 is solid. I mean, not too many games have had to been, you know, developed during the middle of an active war. And also had some of the developers die in said war. Can't be easy. Jesus Christ. Let's see, what was in here? Yeah, I already opened it up. Like, there's a whole subreddit dedicated to trying to decipher the symbols from the trailers from which game? The Atomic Heart game? Or something else? Or you mean Breath of the... Oh, you mean the Breath of the Wild sequel. Tears of the Kingdom, right? Yeah, I just find it weird. I mean, they got like, what, 3 months before the game comes out? Or is it 4? And we know nothing about it. It's like Nintendo is like the only game company who doesn't suffer from leaks anymore. Imagine Tears of the Kingdom will get a direct here soon. I mean, it kind of has to, unless they plan to like announce it with like no details. I mean, they could. People would still buy it. Zelda is like a series that doesn't really need to build hype. I mean, people just know it's coming out and they'll get it. They'll still sell millions.
Isaac, fuel storage is unlocked. It'll give you access to the engine chamber.
Oh, only now I can do that, huh? What if leaks was simply a marketing tactic? In some cases, that might be rarely the case for like some companies. Okay. You now buy medium. Buy the pulse rifle. I don't really use the pulse rifle. And this was like the Ripper upgrade, right? Bring this part to the bench to extend the upgrade path and gain access to. Yeah. I think I'm good. Hey, Western, have a good night, man. I think Ubisoft does leaks a lot as well. Hey Chad, do you think a spinal health bar really helps support the back, you know, good lumbar support of your health bar? Because once we like fully max it out, it'll be down the lower back, won't it? Hello, good sir.
Say, Hammond, I cracked the secure files. DC was here for more than just a mining claim, huh?
What do you mean?
This outbreak started on the colony after the miners dug up some artifacts. Something alien.
That's impossible.
But it would explain why Aegis 7 is meant to be off limits, right? Earth God's orders. When the miners found the artifact, they reported hallucinations, paranoia, suicides. But the Ishimura brought this marker.
That's just the effects of social media, though.
Like that was a plan.
Wait.
The marker was Facebook all along.
Okay,
I mean, actually, I would actually not see it too far off of like Facebook creating a marker.
Packaged up for delivery.
For a new metaverse, we've created this ungodly Lovecraftian abomination that drives you insane and revives the dead. We can't wait to see what people will do with marker tech. Okay, looks like we gotta slow time down to get over there. Enjoying the game so far, gameplay wise? Yes, I don't find it scary at all though. Airlock 1. Fans. Okay, we'll turn the fans off. Uh-oh. Fuck. Out of ammo. But gameplay-wise, I've always said Dead Space 1 and 2 were gameplay were fine. It's just the plot and the, you know, the scariness. I just don't find, I don't really care too much for it. I feel like there's too much stupidity and inconsistencies in it, and just isn't very scary. But then again, I am like a man made of like raw cast iron, so nothing terrifies me. At least in video games, they don't. Cry easy? You know what? It takes a big, strong man to admit they cry easily. Not scary, but it's, yeah, I mean, it's really just, it really gets a good third-person shooter game with, like, BioWare, I guess. It was too much big dick energy to be scared. Okay, I don't think you're gonna brag about big dick energy when it's just a video game. When you're not in actual any danger, or like anything. Well, this is very loud. Like, yeah. I mean, I appreciate the compliment, but yeah, I mean, like, yo, man, I play horror games, I don't even get scared. It's not exactly a very big brag, or a very good one. Yeah, man, I went through Dead Space, didn't even, like, scream once.
Entering zero gravity. Exiting zero
Silent Hill 2,
gravity.
didn't even stutter. Nothing to me. Oh, the flamethrower. It is very loud, chat. Thankfully that they get good, you know, sound insulation. Give me that. Oh, this guy's hair, this dude's hair was immaculate. He died to die job though. Okay, flamethrower. What's the point of a flamethrower in a game where you must cut the limbs to kill the Xeno? Excellent, deduction. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but I guess fire still burns away. Cells don't react well to heat, so I guess even in the case of this, fire will still be effective. Because I don't think they've ever given a logical reason for why cutting off the limbs is more deadly to them. They just, like, it just is. Like, there's no reason why shooting its head clean off, or, like, taking, like, body shots shouldn't drop them, but, or at least drop them as efficiently as cutting out their arms and legs. It's just a neat gameplay mechanic without really making much sense. This is somebody's fetish, isn't it? I want to crawl through a slimy meat tunnel. Oh, I'm terrified. Wait, did the slimy meat tunnel get wider? What the fuck? Why'd I have to crawl through this if it just... Wait, hold up. Did it dilate? Yeah, it dilated on me. You shot the tumor. Oh, was that what did it? Oh. I wasn't even paying attention. I thought... Still... Okay, I mean, I'll accept that. I'll pay attention when I rewatch the footage. The effect you have on me. Open up.
Level 3 security.
Love to see you play a horror game with one of those heart monitors. It would not go up very much. I've actually considered that before. I just don't know which is a good heart monitor. I really couldn't find which is the good heart monitor to get. And actually, some of those heart monitors you get that they sell for streaming, you gotta pay a monthly subscription fee. I was like, the fuck? For a heart monitor? It's like, I hate this new idea that everything needs to be a subscription fee tied to it. It's like, it's a fucking heart. It's does one thing.
Engineering log. My last log. Temple reporting. I can't raise anyone on Riglink. I think my team is gone. I found the kinesis module that someone used to bust the centrifuge. Burned out. Who would sabotage the Ishimura at a time like this? I'll report to the bridge, if anyone's left. And then I'm finding Elizabeth and getting us the hell off this ship.
Did I do anything fun lately outside of video games? Not this week. Just had a lot of stuff I had to take care of this week. That's just the effect you have, Dartigan. All openings have no choice but to dilate. That's not a good thing. What if it's like a heart valve? Like, oh god, get away from me. You're killing me. That's not a superpower I'd wish for. I can see the consequences already. This game is also activating my loot goblin senses, in case you didn't notice. Loot, no, take it all. Take it all. Go down. Dilate my valve. I mean, I think that kills you, but alright. Maybe you need to play on a higher difficulty to feel more endangered. Even then, it's still just it's not the sense of danger. It's like the atmosphere that's supposed to get to you, and this doesn't really do anything for me. They like nothing. They're like, oh yeah, spooky. Oh, he even hits back. He's a really good punching bag now. Like a more difficult version of the game wouldn't make me like feel terrified. It just probably end up frustrating me. X, you cannot get back to behind the computer. Stop it. Keeps jumping up on top of my audio board too, and it's really pissing me off. I'll reset my settings soon. I've had to do nothing but fight her tonight. Please stop it. Let's see. Reload speed? Yeah, we haven't upgraded that. Did Alien Isolation scare me? No. I played through it live on stream, so people can even attest. You know, isn't it kind of funny that they would stick a flashlight on a flamethrower? You know, flamethrower where it's going to shoot something that creates its own light? That seems like a weird addition when you think about it now. Hey, I'll stick a flashlight on our flamethrower. It's like putting like a LED light bulb or on a candle, or I don't know. You aren't always shooting, yeah, but then you usually need a regular flashlight. Little ones. People kept complaining for no flashlight with guns, so I guess they just add flashlights everywhere. Wait, in Dead Space? Didn't like all the guns in Dead Space always come with a flashlight? We're getting Jedi Survivor on the week of my birthday and Resident Evil 4 Remake the week later. It's a good month for you, isn't it? Good month for me too, since I get to make money off those. But yeah, it's looking like a pretty good year. After like the 2 years we've had of barely anything, I'm glad we're getting a bunch of games this year. Is that it? Waste of time.
Clearance confirmed.
You're a good stomping target, though. Have to make sure he doesn't come back, chat. Like the eventually this
young boys, Valdez.
Well, I bet he did. So we're justified in mutilating. Like they're gonna get that body back one day when they bring this shit back to Earth. It's like, oh, this is all we could recover of your husband. He's in pieces, and he's got footprints all over him. Also, thank you for the bits, Polycarp. And there was always a random indie game that comes out throughout the end. A lot of indie games. Like I said, this is probably like the best year we've had for games since like 2000, like what, 18, 19? What the fuck? Okay, you can't like what the fuck someone for stomping people in a Dead Space game. You're supposed to stomp. "2020 was a treasure trove of awesome games, followed by it. There were some good games in 2020, but it doesn't feel like it was as densely packed as this year. Like, what was the good stuff in 2020 is like Final Fantasy VII Remake, Resident Evil... Was it Resident Evil 3 Remake, or was it Resident Evil 8? It was probably Resident Evil 8, wasn't it? Oh, no, it was Resident Evil 3. Yeah, Resident Evil 8 was the year afterward. We've gotten so many Resident Evil games recently. Resident Evil 3 was, I don't know, I feel like that was not nearly as good as the 2 remake. Also had Doom Eternal. Okay, so we had... Yeah, okay, that was also the year that Cyberpunk came out as well, wasn't it? And The Last of Us 2, everyone's favorite game. So yeah, it was a big year. So yeah, 2020 was probably like the last big year, but 21 and 22 though, practically nothing. You know, damn you, COVID. Eh, that just means that all the good stuff we get now, I guess. For those of us who survived, add a little darkness to that, you know, savory, you know, information. I was aiming. For some reason, I thought Sinner Mask. Shoot him. Oh fuck! Ah fuck! Almost fucking died there. Finally getting Dead Island 2 in April, even though it'll... I don't have high hopes for that game. I have a feeling that game's gonna... just like, you know, Dying Light 2, I don't think Dead Island's gonna be that great either. FF16 this year? Yes, and also possibly, though it'll likely end up getting delayed to next year, FF7 Remake, or, you know, or Rebirth. So we have to wait and see on that one. We're going to have to get a PS5 with it. It's well, it's finally we're at a time where there's enough stuff coming out that PS5 ain't a bad option to buy one. And you can actually go into a store and just get some now. My inventory's full? Shit. Let me heal then. I like how he died with his face like his head cocked at an angle. Like, really? You really gonna do me like that? Shit, I got too much shit on me. Heals are better than 9 bullets. Really good you waited to buy play the Witcher 3 DLC since now it's got a next gen upgrade. What did it do to it though? Like give it new like graphics or something? They upgrade it for free on PC. You know what? This game is, reminds me, this is like pulling wings off flies in video game combat. Like, oh yes, I will now take your right arm. Free on PS5 and PC. It was a fuck ton of different improvements to make it next gen. Probably just like, oh, we added some new lighting to our video game. Alright, I need to like try to use up some ammo to make some space. Or find a store real soon, that'd be nice as well.
Warning. Planetfall imminent. Correct course immediately.
I feel like the kinesis was improved for this remake. I don't remember it being so responsive. Well, everything's gonna be more responsive because it's probably running. The old game would have ran at like 30 frames per second. You had COVID for the first time last Christmas. Was it a bad bout of it, or did you all the shots help out to keep it? Supposedly, if you get those, it's not so bad. The vaccines. So I still have not caught COVID either. I'm one of like the lucky few. I think it's actually a small percentage of people who have not caught COVID yet. My mom hasn't caught it either. Dex. Okay, you can get up in the window, that's fine. Look, I need to run out of ammo because I got too much. Boom. Oh, he got jittery. Oh yeah, that hurts me. Gotta be careful with that one.
Warning. Engine power failure.
Miller genes are strong? Well, yeah, I mean, I've never really been the type of person to get sick very much. I can only remember like a few times in my life I've ever been sick in a way where I just had to stay in bed all day. And my mom has kind of been as well. No, I remember my times when my mom's gotten like colds and stuff and like headaches and all that kind of where she had to stay in bed, but not really. Oh shit. Oh fuck.
Warning.
Fuck.
Engine power failure. Replace power cell to begin ignition sequence.
Got backed into a corner here. A sudden stop to the music.
Warning.
How's the inventory looking?
Engine power failure.
Okay, we got space for
Replace
something.
power cell to begin ignition sequence.
You have no idea you didn't catch COVID while working with little. It's possible all of us who think we haven't caught it actually caught it and just were asymptomatic and never knew. Some people like that are just they'll catch it but they never actually get sick from it. Good morning. Hi, guy. What's up, man?
Warning. Engine power failure. Replace power cell to begin ignition sequence.
Give me so much stuff. Can't catch COVID because I have small baby hands. You know, good reasoning.
Ignition sequence.
Yeah, at the start of the pandemic, but only once it fucked maybe. That's when it would have been the worst to catch it, I think, right? Caught COVID during my semester finals around 2 months ago. Yeah, I remember you telling me about it. Walking around. Some people, yeah, I mean, the fact that you've been vaccinated though probably kept it from being really bad on you. Need a battery for that. I do think at some point I will end up catching it. I just like hope it's not bad when I finally get it. I mean, I've been vaccinated and boosted, so hopefully that'll like take care of the worst of it.
Warning. Engine power failure. Replace power cell to begin ignition sequence.
Okay.
Ignition sequence initiated. Please stand by.
Burn.
Fuel outlet secure. Please stand by. Warning ignition chamber. Please stand by.
Oh, you jittery. You jittery little bitch.
Finalizing pre-ignition checks. Stand clear of exhaust vents.
Okay, I think I handled that masterfully. I have an older coworker who got COVID last year along with her husband. Her husband died. Damn, I'm sorry. She survived and still thinks all precautions were overreaction. That is fucking stupid behavior. I've seen other people, no one personally in my life, but I've seen accounts of people like that who've literally had loved ones, like they're literally the husband, even like kids die. Like, you know what? Still don't think, I think it's a big deal. I don't know how you can be that way. How can you be that messed up and, you know, with a political mindset that you're like, nope, total fakery, bullshit, I say.
Engines ready.
So I can never understand that, I think. I don't have the brain for it. Or I'm not brain broken enough, I suppose. Like, I was weird. I don't want to like brag or anything because there's nothing to brag about. As soon as I heard about that stuff happening in China, I was telling everyone I knew, like, it's going to come here. So I actually went out and bought masks well before the craze even hit, as well as my, you know, hand wash. And I remember telling some people I knew who had a, you know, a place I used to, you know, go to a lot. Like, hey, you guys hear about that stuff happening in China right now? And then I go, yeah, it won't come here. And I was like, are you fucking stupid? Well, I thought that, I didn't say it, but I started preparing a little bit before everyone else. Because I know how fucking viruses work.
Engines ready. Please confirm ignition order.
Okay. Okay. I really need to find a store sometime soon. I fix the engine. What does this sound mean, chat? What frame per second you got this running at? I think I have it locked to 60, but I'm on a 30. I'm on a 4080, so I could probably do 120 if I really wanted to. But because I'm streaming, I keep it locked to 60, so I don't like go crazy and like use it. Oh fuck! Where were you?
Isaac, you did it. The Ishimura's moving again.
No thanks to whoever sabotaged the fuck out of these engines.
You bought us time to figure it out. Autopilot's taking us into geostationary orbit.
Wait, you're flying us through the planet crack debris?
That's what the asteroid defense system is for.
But the ADS is offline. I've got the system readouts here.
Hammond, the Ishimura's in rough shape. A couple of bad strikes could finish her off.
Shit. Daniels, give me all the data you have. I'll try to adjust course. Isaac, take the train from engineering. Meet me on the bridge. I'll lift the station lockdown. We need to work on this together.
Asteroid moment coming. Our Prime Minister forced a 3-month lockdown when COVID started and said, if you go out in groups or during the curfew for reasons other than medicine or hospital, you're going to jail. The cops did beat a lot of people. Damn. Beat a lot of people. Mostly dumbasses with horny. Still, oof, I don't like that idea just beating people. They're like, hey, in nightclubbing someone over that. I mean, so it's more like a, hey, just head home, kids. It's kind of moment I feel. Alright, we can now move on, I believe. Now we gotta take care of asteroids. I remember in the original game was like a shooting sequence, right? You know, like at a turret, and I've heard they've changed it, so it's no longer quite so, you know, kind of boring. Alright, Dex, I'll pet you with my foot. Will you please stop? I'm multitasking here, chat. I'm streaming, reading, chat, petting a cat with my foot, playing a video game. Just realized Dead Space is the same cliche that Metal Gear has. Someone on the other end of the calls always ends up betraying you. Well, does that happen in every Metal Gear game? It really is only like a thing in Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2, isn't it? He's got a lucky shot on the thing and died in one hit. I mean, well, technically in 3, at the very beginning, it does happen with the boss. But what about in 4? Does anyone betray you there? Can we get a cat face reveal? She looks like any other tabby. And I've actually shown pictures of her before. It's not an unknown, you know, more. Metal Gear Solid 4 as well. Who betrays you in that? I guess, Naomi, I guess? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess you get a point. There is a lot of betrayals to go on over that. Finally, a store. Thank God I can offload this inventory of mine. New item, jellified hydrazine. Alright. And I got this thing to sell. Sell one of these two. Should have stored it, and whatever. We'll find plenty. I'm thinking of storing the machine gun. It's got no ammo. Well, yeah. Should I store that or not? How do these locks work? There are wires to cut, and the door is no longer locked. It doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? It's like it's a bright. It's like you shoot like a circuit that's glowing, and then it opens the door for some reason. I would buy one of these, but there. I'm waiting for like new suits to appear. Okay, I'm gonna put the gun away for a minute. We'll keep the flamethrower. Well, no, actually, I do have 200 rounds. I could, yeah, okay, we'll put that back. I didn't mean to sell that shit. I meant to like move it far up. More money in my pocket. Dex, please stop. You're not that hard up. For attention, you got plenty of it today. Okay, moving on. Where are we headed to, Chiefs? Over there. Fuck today's audience, you want new games? But you still get new games. Has your cat ever wrecked a stream? Outside of like biting me during a stream, nothing. She never really wrecked a stream. Though before I started streaming, and I had actually bought a webcam to like, cause you had to like maybe consider using a webcam for streams, and I think I got like 1 or 2 uses out of it. And then well before I started streaming though, but then I found out she chewed the cord up. So I was like, oh, because that so chat, you can blame my cat Dex for one of the reasons why I never use a webcam, because I never bought another one after that. Had she not destroyed that, I might very well have been using a webcam for my live streams. Banished the well, that's because she just kept making noise, not because she's ruining it. Just like being annoying. As for like ruining, I thought that meant like knocking like water onto my PC or something, or like disconnecting a wire. Please play Sayonara Wild Hearts. It only takes an hour to beat. What kind of game is it? Sayonara Wild Hearts? It's a rhythm game. Like the only rhythm game I'm currently thinking of playing is that hi-fi game that just came out. Alright, we gotta go here. I'm gonna go up here, the bridge. You got a 120 hookah you loved, and your friend's cat knocked it over one day and smashed it to pieces. Oof. I think your cat just wanted to get high, man. Like, you weren't sharing it. What do you think it was gonna do? No, speaking of weed. Speaking of weed. Has anyone ever made, like, edible, like, weed Pop-Tarts? I feel like that would be, like, the perfect thing for, like, potheads, like a weed tart. Because you always have, like, brownies and this stuff, but what about, like, just, like, you make a Pop-Tart with it, to get you high? Because I always feel like, Pop-Tarts are, like, definitely, like, a munchy food, but so why not just combine the two? Find Keen's on the mining deck. Dr. Kine, find the connection between the outbreak and the marker. Feel like Kine was somewhere in the mining deck. Okay, so I haven't been to the mining deck yet, have I? No, it's locked. Okay, so I have like, let me go back there and do that bonus objective.
Engineering.
Shit. Got a 15 milligram edible a week and a half ago is my first experience since high school. So powerful, I felt it well into the next day. Pop-Tart. It's a pretty good idea, so you're welcome to that, Lucky. You can try it out. Let us know how it goes. You have to like take photos of it, of the pot tart. You could probably sell them actually. Well, depending on where you live, you could sell them. Wait, there's a planet called Georgia. Not only Georgia, but Georgia 4. There's like 3 other Georgia planets. You will you also share the recipe. All right, let's see. Can I not do this one? I don't have a way to the... Okay, we can... Actually, never mind. I can't get to the mining deck yet. I feel like I've seen similar things. Are my message visible? Dart keeps missing them. No, I totally missed that. You're not invisible. Just that you're at Dart. You're not at Dartigan, so it's not highlighting them. Yeah, if you just type in at Dart, it doesn't highlight it, so I wasn't noticing it as one directed toward me. Come to India on the upcoming Marash Virati. I probably mispronounced that. You'll find lots of food variety made of cannabis. Yeah, I imagine like India has a very strong weed culture. But I'm actually not a pothead, to be fair with you. I mean, it's been actually a while. Like, the last time I smoked pot was like 2 years ago, wasn't it? And it was only like the one time. Didn't even get high. Just, it's just not really a big thing for me.
Isaac, I'm looking at the ADS cannons. They're a mess. I'm gonna need your help. I am not losing the Ishimura. Not now.
The Ishimura, Hammond, or the marker?
That artifact they found?
Don't bullshit us. CEC knew all along about the marker, didn't they? Isn't that why you're really here? Corporate wouldn't send the Ishimura for some off-the-books mining. But alien technology, yeah, that fits.
Then how does losing my team fit into this theory?
Hey, knock this shit off. We're into the debris field. We get the ADS back together, or it's over.
Then meet me at the captain's nest. Daniels?
Fine. But I'm going through the ship reports, Hammond. I'm getting some answers.
Did you hear about Justin Roiland domestic abuse? Yes. I saw some of the messages he wrote to people. I find it funny that he texts just like one of his characters and it sounds exactly like them. But also really fucked up if true. Hey chat, don't you'll beat people and also apparently illegally detain them. Dex, please stop. Stop it. Yeah, Dartigan's message of the night, beating people's no good. Unless you spilled the coffee again. I'm sorry I had to. That's my one misogynistic joke of tonight. You just now heard it. I now wash my hands of making any more tonight.
Level 2 security clearance required.
Oh, another great news. Someone attacked 4 Iranian weapons factories with drones. So we're back to, well, if it was attacking Iranian, well, a good chance it probably was Israel or maybe Saudi Arabia. I don't know. Oof. Move the doomsday clock up another 10 seconds. Isn't it already like just like next to midnight? Just to be perfectly clear, the whole doomsday clock thing is an art piece. It is not anything scientific. It's really like an awareness thing. I really want to get this game to glitch so I get someone's like torso stuck to my foot and they become like a shoe. Hey, I'm glad it existed though, the whole doomsday clock, because it made for a nice visual metaphor in Watchmen. You know what? I should buy one of these now. I'm sitting on a lot of money after all. But what are these? These are both Ripper upgrade, Flamethrower, I don't think I'll be buying those. Sell some shit. I don't need to sell any of that. Most of this is just ammo and health. I got plenty of money on me too. I'm gonna keep hoping like a new piece of armor will show up in one of these, but they're really dragging that one out. Yeah, this is why you probably shouldn't have big canopy windows on your bridge.
You okay? At least containment and life support are holding. So far.
Underwear, huh? Think about the aesthetics. So, I mean, you just have some. You don't really. Yeah, this is just like in space. You need to worry more about micro asteroids destroying your windows. It's not just the big asteroids, like like an asteroid like the size of like a grain of salt moving at 20 times the speed of sound will still punch a hole in anything. And that way, that means I don't want to go that way yet. I think that's why Alien Isolation stayed with small. Yeah, Alien Isolation is more about trying to be a bit, well, there's also retro 70s futurism, but they try to be less grandiose with how they depicted a space station. It's like more claustrophobic. I don't think Israel would attack Iran with us since a smaller group controlled by Iran and Lebanon called Hezbollah had a big missile always aimed at Tel Aviv. Well, I'm pretty sure Israel often like operates in Iran to like take out things they see as a potential threat. In hindsight, the fact that Daniel kept trying to cast suspicion on the other guy should have made it so obvious she was going to heel turn. Kind of forget her character entirely. Like I said, I've only ever like watched Dead Space 1 be played, so some of my memories of it are just from that, not actually playing it. It didn't stick as much. I do know she like betrays you later because unitology bad. But she's like, oh, the government, of course you'd send things out for this. I mean, it's an acceptable, reason. You gotta have the perfect energy, perfect demonic energy asset, Isaac. Whatever, not bioweapon, we need infinite energy. What are his legs made of? Solid titanium bones. Quads, like leg musculature like you've never seen.
Isaac. Sorry. Shit, you're scared.
No, keep that rifle close. What's that?
The one that attacked me. I managed to trap him in here. His face. I'm not seeing things, right? That's Chen.
You can't help him, Hammond. He's...
You're right. I should... The hell with it.
Escape pod 47 launched.
I worked with him for years.
Wait, the escape pod? We could have used that.
At least she was spared becoming a monster.
We just used it with an escape pod to get rid of like a dude who's already dead?
Yeah. Come on.
You fucking idiot.
AS cannons.
They didn't even kill him, they just like launched him out and he could be someone else's problem in a few years. And that's the only escape pod from the looks of these things are all busted up. You are not a very smart man. Very few years, more like 10. Well, they might come back here to like mine here again. This is a mining target.
Well, the administration systems aren't doing much. We could redirect power from there. I'd need to rewire the junction boxes, but we get the ADS cannons back.
Good. Isaac, about what Daniel said. I don't know about any illegal mining or the marker. I swear, I'm just here for a repair mission.
Look, Hammond, I don't know you or Daniels well enough to judge, but CEC had to know about the marker.
The company maybe, but shit like that's above my pay grade. Look, we can get into it later. You'll need a way down to those junction boxes. You can turn the atrium elevators back on from security. You'll have full access. I found a CEC executive key card. I'll upgrade your clearance.
Does the contact beam still have that
Yeah.
one shot? I haven't got the
Just in case.
contact beam yet. If you're talking about something in this game.
And Isaac? I heard something up there. Something big. Watch your back.
I'm just a mechanic. Well, sad. I mean, I'm sure it's still in here, right? We just haven't had a chance to find it yet. Crew rigs.
Warning. Multiple security protocols have been corrupted. Some areas may be inaccessible. Recommendation. Acquire department rig permissions and compile master security override at this console.
It's another side quest. Okay.
Remember, you'll need
Wonder what that
reactivate
does for
the
you, though.
elevators from security.
The only reason I suspected Daniels was that one says that she has a girlfriend in the early minutes of this game, and some notes find hints that one of the patients here. Well, that was like, that's a new lore then, right? That wasn't really in the original game. Alright. Further to our recent conversation, I'm putting it in writing that we should delay bringing the marker up from the planet for a day or two. You know how eager I am to study the marker, and I understand your sense of urgency given the events of the colony. That's exactly my reasoning. What's happening down there is just too unprecedented. Tact incautiously. We need time to study the causes and effects. After consulting with Dr. Mercer, I'd like to meet with Dr. Ciriarlo and Welland Planetside. Your observations on a particular patient may be invaluable to understanding what we're dealing with here. Okay, there's a bunch of... I don't know if I'm going to do that side mission, since you need to find a bunch of rigs. I don't even know what it would unlock for me. You have to collect rigs to get master override. There's some doors that are... Oh, well, so it's just like, here's some more, like, stuff you can... More equipment then.
Isaac, you going?
Yeah,
getting
go on it.
Prep on the way? Those asteroids aren't waiting.
So if you want to just... if you want to open, like, what, level 4 or 5 doors, you need that? Okay. Glad they changed the alt fire and the pulse rifle because the 360-degree barrage on head height was terrible. Well, the pulse rifle's primary fire is also pretty useless, so it's really only good for its alt fire now to fire like the old little bombs. Win burger whenever you want. Burger, it can, anytime can be burger time. Why burger? That is not a question that ever needs to be asked. At least not if you're American. There's always like, just why not? Why not burger? It's like asking an Italian why not pasta? Have you read the Jujutsu Kaisen manga? No, I have not. I know of it, but I've never read it. Oh, he's a big boy.
Hazardous
famished. How did that miss? That was the boss fight, by the way.
Quarantine lifted.
Good thing I pulled that gun back out of your storage after all. There's a node. A node. Oh yeah, I dropped one. Good eye. Remember that being harder? Well, maybe I'm just that good. Also, I just like bombed his ass. Maybe you don't normally have that much ammo because I haven't been using it. Or maybe they made it easier. I don't know. This way.
Clearance confirmed.
Supposed to be using stasis, then run behind them and shoot them in the back. Well, my strategy seemed to be pretty effective too. Just like shoot missiles at it.
Atrium elevators are now online.
Power and wait, atrium. Oh. Power electrical systems. Okay. So depressing how long it takes to find matches these days in Titanfall 2. Not that many people playing. Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, you know, maybe that just means that you'll get a new game eventually.
This is mutiny. The marker must be delivered to the church, whatever the cost.
God's sakes, Ben, listen to yourself. The Ishimura's in crisis, you've cut us off. By Maritime Law Article 5469, I, Dr. Terrence Kine, hereby declare Captain Benjamin Matthias unfit for duty.
Heretic!
Hold him. Ben, you're not yourself. Let me help you.
Traitors, get your hands off me! This is my ship!
Oh my God, he's... You...
Right in the brain, huh?
You saw I was trying to help him. Doctor, you just killed the captain. We have to take you in. I can't. If the others from the church get a hold of me.
Stop!
I guess that you know what, don't put horse tranquilizer in your brain, chat. Not a smart move. All right, what are we upgrading? Horse. Greatly increases ammo capacity, huh? Sure, why not? Hey, 25 bits in the OG, the video got staticky and implied that Kine murdered him. Here are those two guys just let his ass go and he charged Kine as he turned. Therefore, accident. Technically, yeah, that was an accident. He didn't mean to do that. I think he'd still find you liable. I mean, he's still committing mutiny. Only thing this remake does better that it completely eliminates the need to watch the prequel movie since it added the stuff. I never felt there was a need to watch the prequel movie in the original Dead Space though. I don't know if that actually was some fixing of it because like it was never an issue to begin with. Dart Tart, I'm glad I invented that tonight. Well, I came up with the idea. I haven't. No one's actually made the dart or the pot tart today. Hopefully someone's baking one up right now. Okay, elevator, huh? I guess they both go to the same place. Let's see. I'm going to floor 2. Dex, I have now come to terms that Dex is not going to shut up anytime while I'm playing this game. Tonight, she ain't gonna stop. Can't even hear it. Well, I can though. Yeah, my mic is really good at rejecting off-access noise, and she's down the floor. Let her cook. Who started this "let her cook" meme I've seen everyone like using recently? Where'd that begin? Dang good. None of this is good, in fact. Dunno, but it's silly. I mean, it just means, like, let that person continue doing what they're doing. Fine, what's another hole? Well... yeah, I'll avoid making the dirty jokes on that one. Can I actually fly out here and, like, look around? Nope. It is sealed to me.
Isaac, I'm reading electrical hazards on the floor ahead of you.
60-year-old dead plane doesn't play well with power surges.
Watch your step.
Good. Alright, moving on. Let's see. Mining administration or records office?
Clearance confirmed.
Oh, wait a minute. New gun. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Contact beam. Butcha. It's like your Magnum though. You don't want, yeah, you use it when you need to. Primary fire or asteroid cutter, huh? Asteroid cutter charges and releases a single powerful laser shot. Heavy energy projector. Alright. Oh yeah, terrible fire rate and stupid damage. Well, that's how you make a good gun. You gotta balance it. You can't just have like pop, pop, pop shots off, you know. Didn't help this poor dude out any though. Didn't you have to like buy all your guns in the original game? That you didn't like find them lying on the ground like this? That's some of the change they made as well, right? Like how my thing was like, oh, I go that way first, then over there. It couldn't make up its mind. Alright, let's test this bad boy out. Come on. It's like I'm a fucking Ghostbuster. Definitely a fun gun. Bustin' makes me feel good. How many shots do I have left though? I'm on my last mag of it actually. Let me reload my machine gun as well. You better sing. You like my tone, huh? Bustin', 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 bustin'. That's the new meme version of that song, by the way. I think the upgrades, they can one-shot bosses. That's a little overpowered. So we got the point and die weapon. Well, yeah, every game's gonna have your big ass gun. The standard created by Doom, you know. What was that? I'm just hiding there for. Can't wait for summer. How come? What you got planned? Who doesn't enjoy... only way I will eat an Oreo is if I have milk. Eating a dry Oreo? No thank you. What's even the point? I really need to get new suit upgrades, but they're not giving me any. I think I'll hold off putting any points into that just yet. Keep up in the plasma cutter. Applies damage over time to each shot, or... I'll go for that. Oreo ice cream? Like I said, if I'm gonna eat Oreo, I just want to like dip it in milk. That's the way I remember eating them. Anyway else is heresy. Cinnamon Oreos. See, the only Oreo I appreciate is the classic, the old original Oreo. Don't really care for all the different flavored Oreos. I'm a simple man. Not that I haven't really eaten Oreo in a very long time either. I just don't really go. I mean, it's just one of those foods I like gave up when after so long. Like I haven't even thought of like, yeah, I should buy some Oreos, man. Oh, what? How dare you? Shouldn't that electricity be... Oh, the electricity is killing you. These things really should not ever attack by themselves. Usually they're like a force multiplier to make the other enemies tougher because they're a pain in the ass to deal with at the same time. Don't recall if I've ever eaten an Oreo. I mean, they're kind of overhyped. They're like I said, they're only really good if you dip them in milk. That's why even in their Oreo commercials, they always advertise them with dipping them in milk. Because the Oreo on its own is just like, yeah, it's a very mediocre cookie. Tried some last year. Mint Oreos tasted like toothpaste, and carrot cake Oreos were okay. Yeah, the idea of like mint Oreos, no thank you. Big old nope. But you know what? Chocolate chip cookie is still the classic. Beats out all the contenders. We doing mining or ADS cannons?
Power transferred from mining administration to ADS cannons.
Just got an update. Power diverted from mining administration network.
I like old lady cookies, like pecan shortbread cookies. I do like pecan, but I've never really had shortbread cookies before. Oh, look at the dumbass. Oh, what? Oh, I'm the dumbass. There's a lot of stuff that's alive right now that shouldn't be. Couldn't see it. It was like under my foot and I was stomping and didn't die. What difficulty is on? Normal. Got a little too cocky there, didn't I? My own fault. Now I gotta do that. I gotta go through there again. Ah. Hey, don't close the door. I wasn't done with them.
Clearance confirmed.
Good. I've been having sweets a lot recently. How many pounds you put on? That's a joke. Yeah, you're probably not right. As long as you get an exercise. What did shutting off that do, you think? You get in here?
Clearance confirmed.
Gotta eat a lot of salad? Yeah, you gotta do something to make up for it. Next log. Trying to work out how fast they spread. The flight deck was the first to go, notably thanks to that shuttle crash. Most of medical is overrun. Losing ground on the hour. Engineering can't be far behind. No word from cargo or communications. Don't expect anything but bad news when we do. Best hope seems to be the mining deck. Dallas says the infrastructure down there is still running, but they took out security that fast. How long can we hold on? Okay. I'm kind of wondering how much of this is old lore and versus new lore. I'm guessing most of it is still like original stuff. Corn on the cob is great. It's a pain in the ass to eat, though. I will definitely, yeah. I remember always, you always get like the little corn strings stuck in your teeth, and like just like holding the cob and like biting into it. You're like, you gotta pick at it like you're a bird sometimes. All right, what did we upgrade last time? Okay, we now have max damage on the cutter. It's looking good. They made Mexican street corn and it turned out really well. Upgrade your suit. I mean, I feel like getting the plasma cutter upgraded really well first is my priority. I put a few into like getting into the suit so far. I was kind of waiting for the next suit upgrade at a store that I buy before I start putting more into it. There aren't a lot of actual options right now. You just take a knife, okay. Knife out and cut vertical down the cob and eat it with a spoon. Suppose, but then, like, why wouldn't you just... eating corn with a spoon? I mean, let's just get canned corn then. Cut out that the method of cut it all off in the first place. Cut out the meth man. Yeah, I don't know how that worked its way into my mouth, but it did. Maybe I'm like speaking to someone in chat and it's like a coded message. You know who you are. And today his life was changed. Alright, I need to prepare. I'm gonna shoot like a flame wall down. Maybe actually I don't think I'll use like bombs.
Power transfer
Just got an update. Power diverted from Mining Administration Network. That's one. We still need more power. A couple more systems should do it.
Well, I'm waiting. Yeah, you. Last time. No problems anymore? All good? Oh no, there comes a new person. Yep, yeah, get fucked. Okay, that freed up inventory space too, so I'm happy. Amazon Liche is also Amazon. No, Arazakon or what? For some reason, I saw that as Amazon because the 2 R's and an O kind of look like an M. I have wonderful memories associated with it. Neptune is really yummy. Hey, John Wayne, what's up, yo, Calvin Klein? See, it's that easy to do a Green Hood entry. I mean, yo, entrance.
Entering vacuum.
Gotta go. Hey, you have a good night, man. Thanks for joining us. Just so you know, I'll be here tomorrow as well.
Exiting vacuum.
Did you enjoy watching Danny Phantom back? I never actually watched Danny Phantom. So I guess not. Hey, Solomon Singing, thank you for the 31 months. Much appreciated. Now that I think I remember the lore reason why the necromorphs die after you cut off their limbs, it is the necromorphs are unable to move the marker. To move the marker just cuts off their hive mind because it's a useless for attacking things, I think. Right, if the necromorphs are unable to move the marker, it cuts off their hive mind because it's useless for attacking things. I mean, I suppose that could be a reason. Is that like on the wiki? Yeah, I was waiting for like the scream to do something, but nope. You're working a desk shift from 9 p.m. to 2 p.m. Why does someone need a desk job for those hours? Oof, it's rough. I'm glad I'm here to help though. Break room. Who's talking? I'm always the one talking. Oh.
What's that? A recording? Huh. Must be the marker they dug up.
So it is the same. That marker. That's the symbol of the Church of Unitology.
Didn't take you for a believer, Isaac.
My mother was. But if they found this on some alien planet, what does that mean?
that Unitology's onto something?
Unitology's full of shit. Forget it.
New lore, so. Well, they're not very good at making pentagrams. They just got like they just made like a clock with handprints and fingerprints. Not impressive. As an 80s kid, did you hate communism? I didn't even know what it was. And I'm a 90s kid, not an 80s kid. Sundial? Is Unitology a new hope? Or just another scam? By Carrie Van Ochten. If you've been living on Mars for the past 200 years, you might have missed the fastest growing religious movement in history. Unitology boasts a following of millions, counts powerful CEOs and officials, and its ranks claims 78 billion in stock in multi-globe. Okay, 78 billion seems like a lot of money because it is, but this game takes place in like the 25th century, where I would assume a company or a religion only having 78 billion is probably very behind anyone else. That doesn't seem like nearly enough money for the time period it takes place in. Of stock in multi-global companies and owns two of Earth's largest financial institutions, GPSG Financial and Unitas Energy Investments. From its beginning as a cult of personality, Unitology has become a respected, established religion. Most people know the basics. 200 years ago, Michael Altman, respected geophysicist, blew the whistle on what he claimed to be the biggest cover-up ever instituted on Earth government. The discovery of an artifact or marker which proved beyond any doubt there is alien life in the universe. Government labeled Altman a kook, and his claims struck a chord with some. And his mysterious death soon after fueled that interest, along with civil unrest and demands for action. Unitologists believe the marker contained a code, the key to eternal life, through rebirth and ascension to heaven. The kicker is you have to die first. They say the government is hiding the marker somewhere, keeping its secrets for themselves. Across all of human space, Unitologists praise Altman's martyrdom and await the day God comes to take them to their new life beyond death. It all sounds pretty harmless, but like any cult, there's a dark side. Unitologists are ranked in the church. Nobody ever talks about it, but most of its critics believe there are at least 3 ranks above the average believer, or initiate. With each new rank, more of the church inner workings and research is revealed to a follower. These ranks are achieved by one simple criteria: giving money and power to the church. Taking all your money's bad, the church also requires their members to donate their bodies after death. Why? What do they do with them? Nobody will say, and attempts to infiltrate the inner circle have failed. With their emphasis on transformation and rebirth, maybe we wouldn't like the answer even if they told us. One rumor that also refused to die says the church is funding a secret shipbuilding program, which some claim to have seen the fleet. No documentary evidence has ever been supplied. The claimants all see these mausoleum ships despite their huge size. Do they just have like a live stream going of the marker? Oh man, it's so cool. Love this stream. Really? What do I need to use? We'll use one of these. How can Dead Space be dead? It never... that actually, the name of the series doesn't actually come into play until the 3rd game. You find out basically these markers have killed all of the life in the, the known universe or something. And now it's humanity's turn. Kitty asleep, sticks. So I will later. Are you going to sleep now or are you going to sleep later? I'm not sure what you meant.
Level 3 security clearance required.
Getting real sick of my inventory getting filled up now. That's a weapon upgrade. I kinda gotta use that for something. Okay, this is only 2 shots. We'll drop them.
Level Level 3 security clearance required.
All three of them, huh? Never liked that, but the lore, like the markers, killed literally billions of alien species, and now humans are the only ones left. Like, kind of dumb and cynical at the same time. Well, they were inspired by that, by the... There's a scientific theory that, what's it? The Great Filter. Like, there's some reason why we haven't encountered or, like, learned about aliens out in the world, and that's because either they all end up killing themselves, something kills them before they ever make contact, or we are just alone in the universe. It's kind of a depressing theory to think about, but that's what inspired them. Just look up, like, the Great Filter. So their theory in the game was like, oh, the markers of the filter. But I don't think they ever, like, said who created the markers originally, did they? It was never determined. Spinach, bell peppers, habanero peppers, mushrooms, black peppers, and quinoa. That sounds a bit spicy. 3 different types of peppers. I mean, that's a pretty vegan dish. Sounds good. Yeah, Sarayu is, by all accounts, an excellent cook. Yeah, I know there's some of them that are man-made, but there's also the original ones. Who chewed up the wires? My gun is almost too strong now. It's killing things in one hit. I will make you tasty, spicy foods good. I've always wanted to try stuffed bell peppers. It's like almost like a burger inside of a bell pepper when you look at it. Something over there I want to see. Whoa! Miss, buddy. Did I not hear him sneak up behind me? I like to get the tiny bell peppers and make mini ones so they're like snack size. Pop them in one at a time. Come on, baby, come back. Moo? Yeah, moo question mark. Some people are still wondering, what's this moo thing about? Just, it's a fan thing. Fan things are often dumb and unexplainable. You just have fun with it, Would you date a supermodel? I mean, kind of against my religion. Is that a serious question? Oh, hello. Well, I got a strategy for, I think, beating you. And it involves standing still and dying, apparently. I'm all out of energy juice. Would you date an incredibly beautiful woman? I don't know, man. I mean, I got standards to meet. Dartigan, would you want... Dartigan, just asking, serious question. Would you want a happy life? I don't know, I kind of like the abstract worry and anxiety. Part of my, I wouldn't want to give that up. You like how I tell the stories, the origins. I feel like the cult leader explaining like a new initiate, though. Which is what some people in chat are like, yes. It's exactly at Dartigan. Tuesday, I'm making more teriyaki apricot salmon with salted sweet potato fries. Okay, you need to put together a cookbook. The descriptions alone sound pretty good. Night I had what I call crack burgers. Beef patties on toasted brioche buns with onions sauteed in grape juice. Really, I've never heard of onions sauteed in grape juice. Is that normal? Or is that the crack part of it? And with flame-seared brie cheese topped with a garlic. I mean, that sounds really good, actually. But I've never heard of, like, onions sauteed in grape juice, though. I can do cookbooks because I never measure a damn thing. Would you want to be rich with endless money? I don't know, man. That's a tough one. I mean, yeah, I mean, I gotta think about that one. Question: why does electricity surging through a wire make it act like a water hose that like a fire hose that's not being controlled and just going everywhere? Like the electricity wouldn't cause it to move like that. That's not how electricity works. Not like it's water pressure shooting out of a pipe.
Okay, I'm seeing a power reroute from the electrical systems.
Just watch the outlets. The grid's unstable.
That is meowing at me.
That's two. One more system
Dex
and we'll
ended
have
it
power
and
for the
yours
ADS.
started up, huh? Alright. Now we go what? Honestly, yellow meth. Though I did have to stop myself from over-salting my food. I am a lover of salt too. But then I've always like been able to tolerate very high amounts of salt. Like when I was a kid, I'd like, when we get the chicken nuggies in school, I would like salt those things down. No, one, it was beneficial because it tasted good, and also kept my friends from asking to, hey, can I have one of your nugs? Because there's way too much salt on it for them to have. They think it's like, oh, I can't eat that. It's like, But to me, it's like, what are you talking about? This is fucking good. And I guess I just have a very, well, you know, I have high salt tolerance. Both for video games and for food. Though it's not healthy to eat a lot of salt, though. So I try to manage it better these days, even though I really like salt. It's like, you know what? I know it's not good to have too high of a salt level. You are a true Southern putting salt. Well, everyone puts salt on their food. It's like literally that has been throughout history. Everyone wanted salt for their food. Some food is just like boring without it. But is that a Southern thing? Putting, like I said, all my friends didn't like a lot of salt, and they were at Southern too. I've never known that's a Southern culture thing. We just salt everything. Hey there. Say the local waitress is sometimes better than the supermodel. I mean, yeah, I mean, sure, why not? I guess. All women can be nice, regardless of, you know, job title. Can you supply me with a store game? I got a lot of stuff.
Isaac, I cracked the Ishimura's MedSci reports. They're a fucking horror show. These things mold any dead tissue into a new form. One kind infects corpses, and the rest...
Make more corpses to infect.
That organic shit on the walls. That's dead tissue, too. The crew thought it was a habitat changer. Isaac, I'm gonna run some diagnostics. I think that stuff's spreading.
Remember coming to South Carolina and motherfuckers would shake their salt shake like for a whole minute? They put on salt on bacon, honestly, nasty. I guess I'm just not part of that southern culture then. Maybe South Carolina is more southern. How much are we gonna be on? About another hour. Till midnight. Alright, we go back up to floor 1 now. Want to make some candied bacon. I mean, honestly, if you're gonna like, we had a bacon conversation already tonight, but if you are gonna make bacon, it's best to make it sweeter. At least if you're eating bacon made in America. So it's like put some like brown sugar in the pan with it and some olive oil, and let that cook. Cook your bacon in that. Makes it way better. Tail anymore. Bacon donuts or the jam. Are they a donut or are they bacon though? I'm confused. I'm not a donut aficionado, never been a donut guy, so news to me. I gotta go water. Is there like a store down here anywhere? That'd be great. You ready to get chonky or are you just letting it go? It's like, you know what? Had a good run. Time to like get big and never go back. Be careful with that. It's a lot easier to stay in the size you are than it is to get back to it. They are maple donuts that have bacon on top of them. It sounds deadly. This like sounds absolutely deadly. I mean, do you really want to eat bacon when you're also having a donut? That feels weird to me. I mean, is a donut not good enough as it is? Oh. The mind games begin, gent. You don't have donuts for breakfast? Have some coffee with it? No, I'm not really. I've never been a donut guy, so I rarely. The only donuts I've ever really eaten were super donuts that I would get in school cafeteria, because those are fucking great.
Elizabeth, it's Jacob. I came to the bridge looking for you, but it is completely fucked. I'm not sticking around in case whatever did it comes back, and neither should you. It looks like the admin staff went to the mining deck.
Chocolate covered bacon sounds
survivors.
gross, to be honest.
I'll head there too. If you aren't with them, I'll find a way to contact you. I promise.
Chocolate covered bacon? No, like I said, I can't even eat regular bacon anymore because it just makes me feel sick. So the idea of chocolate covered bacon, probably like I'd probably just die. Master override required, huh?
Master security override required.
You've had chocolate covered bacon, I love it. I'll tell you about one, I guess like junk food I'd like to try, and it's Korean corn dogs. Like YouTube for a while was showing me like street vending food for a while, and one of them was like Korean corn dogs, and holy shit, the Koreans know how to make corn dogs. How's the remake? Pretty solid, actually. But they rule well. Yeah, they get very. Hold on. Oh, fuck. Assholes. Little bastards. The Korean corn dogs, they have have like some that are like half cheese, half, dog inside. Well, as in, the wiener. Then they have some that are covered in like, also like potato bits. So it's almost like French fries plus corn dog. And then they have some that are like fried in panko crumbs instead of like the regular like, dip. Or like breading. No more fresh water, apparently.
Power transferred from water purification to ADS cannons.
Really should pull out your flamethrower when you see. Well, it was a little too late. They were already on me at that point. I didn't see them until they were already on me.
Auto targeting offline. Calibration data not found. Fuck. No auto targeting. The cannons are useless.
What about manual targeting?
You want to go out there with all that shit raining down and target the ADS cannons manually?
If I give the cannons enough targeting data, it'll recalibrate the system. You got a better idea?
Christ. I'll open exterior access. I hope you know what you're doing.
Does anyone know how far into the game we are? We're currently trying to deal with the asteroid problem. So I'm thinking we're like halfway, right? It's an ominous looking room. "13 chapters total." You are not halfway. Okay, my memory of how long this game is not great apparently. Mike, have a good night. 11 and you're sleepy? Wonder if they made it longer. I mean, technically they did make it longer because they're a side quest, I don't know.
What's the plan?
I'll sync a few of the ADS cannons to one of my tools. I target an asteroid, the cannons take it out, and I recalibrate the system.
We're out of options. Do it.
So I'm the one. So instead of like a turret sequence, I just get like laser target the asteroids now. Alright.
Security request retrieved.
God! Someone stop him!
This is Second Officer Sheik. I need security here right now. No one's coming. White, for Christ's sake, step away from the controls. We need our first officer. Captain Matthias is dead. The captain's dead? Vincent's security team is dead? Who's left? Step away from the airlock. That's an order. Who's left, Sheik? A crew full of uni fanatics? Eckhart screwed us good, didn't he? If a CEC director could go that bad, maybe the whole company's rotten to the core. Just like Aegis 7. You think CEC won't send a rescue team for their precious planet cracker? Think White. We just need to hold on. Yes. You probably should. No, sir! Oh, Lord! Goddamn fool! Steal it! Do the airlock now!
I don't think they made it, Chad. Makes sense. Asteroids move too fast. The target with human-controlled anti-air guns. Yeah, it makes more sense they'd be auto shooting, but if you're both moving at the same speed, then in the same direction at the very least. Last night I slept from midnight to 5 p.m. today, so not very sleepy. Yeah, that's a sign your body was like, hey, don't do this shit to me. If you need like 16 hours of sleep, that's like, hey, you're running me ragged.
Entering vacuum. Entering zero gravity.
Oof. Sink a tool with the ADS cannon. What? I need to get. Oh yeah, I need to fly.
Syncing targeting system.
Shoot.
Calibration complete. Cannon auto-targeting online.
Why is there more of them though? Oh, we gotta do it multiple times. Whoop.
Warning. Hull integrity compromised. Syncing targeting system. Calibration complete. Cannon auto-targeting online.
What about anything attack asteroids falling toward the ship on a different side of it though?
Syncing targeting system.
This thing's in my fucking way. Ow. Ooh, who dare? Oh, I actually can't shoot right now because this fucking gun's attached to my gun.
Data migration complete.
Right, where are you, you bastard?
Recalibrated. Auto-targeting systems enabled.
They're back. The ADS cannons are online ship-wide. Thank God. Engaging autopilot. Get yourself inside, Isaac. I think I've figured out our next move.
Those were those rigs I needed. Just these guns, the rest are working fine. I mean, if I turned around, it would like aim at where I was shooting is what I was saying. I kind of need that med kit. I'm hurting here. Yeah, let's just use up the battery. How many babies did they have on this? Apparently they just like grow them and then like so they can grow people so they can then like get the organs out of them for like organ transplant. So that they had like a baby chamber room. I don't think that was lore they ever explained in the original game, was it? So it's like how because they never explained how there were babies for them to be there in the first place. They wanted to like cover that one.
Exiting zero gravity. Exiting vacuum.
Made it back. I don't remember there being logs. Well, there's also a room that showed it off too, because I don't remember that being there. They changed the turret section. Yeah, it's no longer a turret section. Now you have to like fly out into space and like manually aim the lasers by pointing your gun at it to like recalibrate them. So it's not just like you like using a kind of admittedly boring turret sequence. They got rid of that.
Isaac, Hammond, I just intercepted a transmission from medical.
Someone's down there?
See what you make of this.
This is Senior Medical Officer Nicole Brennan. Medical is a sanctuary. All survivors, please join us.
Nicole, I'm going back to medical.
Makes sense.
I'll head to the crew deck and look for survivors from the
Considering
bridge.
that she is not alive, would there be any reason why that would have just now been broadcast?
Wonder if he knows something we don't.
It was a bit strange. Sus, exactly. How do you know she's not alive? I know how this game goes. Not only have I played Dead Space 2, where her being dead is a kind of a major plot point, I've also seen the ending of this game. That's cheating? What, playing the games years ago? Alright, yeah, it's cheating. I mean, it's a weird definition of cheating. The marker, would the marker know how to send radio broadcasts though, that were recorded previously? Not supposedly. I know. I'm talking about. It's something I was pointing out later that it wouldn't make it when you actually learn the truth. It might end up being a sin, is what I'm pointing out. Because there wouldn't be any reason for her, since she's dead, to have sent a message just now. Remember the video log from the beginning of Dead Space 2 where Isaac calls Nicole before the first game? You can find it in this game, is it not? Really? Probably have to like get to her office or something. Water purification?
Cannot determine clearance level. Master security override required.
The doc who sent the edited signal? Yeah, but wouldn't he just send it himself instead of using her, though? Where are we headed? Oh, wait. Is there not a shop anywhere? Jesus. Maybe because you might trust a woman. This guy hasn't been. Isaac here hasn't been watching enough Andrew Tate videos. He would have had a much easier time. Oh well. You know what? That guy probably would be the relevant store. Finally, thank God. Oh fuck. Help. At least it didn't crash my game this time. Bones, have a good night, man. Oh, we can level 3 suit, intermediate engine. That's what I've been waiting on, baby. That's what I'm talking about. New item, super symmetry tether, contact beam. Got 20,000 for that? Yeah. I'm all shiny now. Starting to get tired. It's almost 11:30, so I'm heading out. Have a good night. Hey, Rake, you have a good night too, man. Thanks for being here. Alright, got a lot of stuff I need to sell here. It's been sitting in my inventory for a while. Pulse drive, so I don't want to sell that, so we gotta find a thing. Alright, what else? I think I might need to buy some a health kit or two. Oh, these things cost 5,000? Holy shit. Never mind. Buy one of these. The healthcare of the future, yeah, well. Do we all get like monitors on our back? How does that even measure your internal health with the big green energy bar? Use your credit card like in Dead Space 3. Well, oh yeah, you got a good point. Forgot about that. Let's hope that they ever remake the other Dead Space games. You know what? They don't remember. You know, they make a completely new Dead Space 3. Forget everything that was in the original Dead Space 3. Consider it non-canon. Or, you know what? I guess you can keep ideas from it. Just, you know, like the idea of, like, you know, all the aliens, I mean, all the markers have killed all life in the universe. That's all right. That's depressing. That'll work. But, you know, a lot of the other shit, though, cut it out. Wasn't good. All right, so what do I need to do? Okay. Let's move on. I got enough time to maybe get to another, like, save area. Real question is, when does she knows Nicole is dead, since she says at the end and she orders Isaac to watch the video? I mean, I'm guessing she learned while she was here, since there's no reason she would have known beforehand.
Clearance confirmed.
Cut everything but the Brethren moons and then talking. You also cut out that, yo, oh fuck, cut out the co-op nonsense. Was never needed or wanted. If you must have like the cult leader, well, he just vanished. The cult leader guy show up and like he's back. Do more with him because he's kind of boring. Don't have you fight enemies that are just shoot guns as well. What is all the fucking noise? What the hell's going on? Room is a glitch fest. Now I need to go back to the store. Doctor Strange portal. Yeah, I think that was like the animation of the fan getting knocked out of there or something, but it just broke. What do you mean everyone loved knockoff? What do you mean everyone loved knockoff Gears of War? Is that what they was trying to be? I never got the impression it was trying to be Gears of War. It was falling for the same trap as Resident Evil 5 fell for. Like they thought co-op games were the new hotness that everyone was going to want to play. So everything had to become co-op. The same thing happened to Fear 3 as well. A lot of games got ruined by the co-op, you know, virus, apparently. I don't know if I've really... I guess we'll keep 4 guns on us, that's fine. Not sure if you know, but there's an alternative ending to this game, but you can't get it until you play New Game Plus. Someone mentioned that last night. I won't be playing the game twice, but I'll watch it on YouTube. Did I just see the lighting change weirdly? I don't know. Maybe this is too sudden. Like Dead Space 3 played Halo 3 and said, wow, Gravemind is cool, let's do that. Well, to be fair, they'd already been kind of, you know, big biological, like, you know, hive mind is not a new concept. Seen it, and I can say with no ego, the alternate ending is better than the regular ending, huh? Kind of sucks that you have to play through the game the second time to get it, though. I'm never a fan of hiding the like a really good ending behind that. Why do you think they keep money stored in these, like, you know, wall boxes where you would normally find like tools for fixing stuff? Yeah, you know, open the emergency like ration box, get the fiber out. What a monster. Why do you love overriding saves so much? Because I don't know, I just do. Especially if it's a game where I don't really need to, like, you know, cycle. At certain games I will make tons and tons of saves if it's an RPG. If it's an RPG though, where I have to worry about maybe like making bad choices with my build, I'll usually just stick to 1 to 2 to 3 saves. Is that upsetting some people? Why does he like to make more saves?
Medical.
Or do you mean I save too much? I'm not sure.
calling it medical.
Head for the chemical lab.
What? You said the chemical lab? I can barely hear you.
I wonder why the radio would be weird now, though. Locate the source of the broadcast. Can I actually fall down there? Probably not. Heretics might steal our useless money. You know, I like that these bodies that I smashed up here before are still here. At least I think I did this to them. I don't know, I'm just confused to me why you would overwrite when you have infinite save slots. I mean, there's no reason really to keep that many. At least in my opinion, not for a game like this. I actually thought that was a person for a second, which I think was the intention.
Daniels, the door to medical just locked behind me. Hello?
Uh-oh.
Another survivor, at last. You'll be safe here. I'm a doctor.
Is Nicole Brennan with you?
You're not here for sanctuary, then? Well, Dr. Brennan's currently engaged. Shall I send you to her?
How about you unlock these doors, and I'll find her myself?
Are you that selfish? You might let something in. Or out.
Shit.
So, you've decided to be difficult. Take a seat. I'll deal with you momentarily.
You didn't like that you had to play Nier multiple times to get the real ending? I remember, well, the thing is, when you play... Well, which one? Nier or Nier Automata? Nier Automata I liked because when you had to replay it, you played as a new character and saw new versions of scenes and from a different character's perspective. So it didn't feel like yours. But Nier, the original one, didn't like that one though, because it was kind of pointless. You're just going through the same sequence of events until you like get to the very end of like what, your 4th playthrough or something? I forget. Headed to bed. Have a good night, Goat. You have a good one. Is there anything I want to buy? We'll buy one health kit. Who of you decided to be difficult? He knows you too well. Isaac is known for being stubborn. That was a new scene though, with him talking to me on the radio, right? Since Isaac wouldn't have originally like talk back in the original games, and he didn't speak. Okay, moving on. I need to use the pulse rifle a bit more. I have more ammo than that than I do at the the pulse lancer thing or whatever it's called. Locate the source. Does collecting the audio logs change the way Isaac approaches situations? It feels like he should have known better than to try to reason with Doctor. I don't think it does. That's something that doesn't really happen in video games too often. Gonna eat some potted meat of your childhood food stream? Well, if I were to do the childhood food stream, yeah, it'd be like potted meat, pizza rolls. I'm not sure what else though. Maybe I would dip the pizza roll into the potted meat. I mean, grossing people out with that idea once. Honestly, it wouldn't be much of a stream because it's really just a few things. There aren't too many like childhood foods I haven't eaten in a long time. Potted meat like spam, that's a bit different. Potted meat is almost like Spam is like a solid block that comes out and you can slice it and fry each slice individual, whereas potted meat is not the same. Potted meat is like meat goop. Or meat paste.
Kindly avoid disturbing my other patients.
What is this?
Research, of course. I'm so close to finding that missing factor. A unitologist would understand.
What did you do? You can eat spam raw, it's gross. I mean, yeah, I've never eaten spam before, actually, though. Oh, you're alive. Trying to smack you for a goodie. Dead Space 2 of the eye surgery scene? Ooh, yeah. You're right. Oh, shit. More of that stuff up there to like blast away. Huh? Look more painful? Yeah, they'd have to like definitely make sure that scene, you know, gets the right treatment, I guess. Oh, this fucking thing. Oh, look at this spaghetti wiring right here. Alright. We gotta get through a turbo. What's this? Technician diagnostic. Imagine what that room smells like. Well, they're just corpses, so I imagine bad. I'm assuming they still smell like corpses.
Clearance confirmed.
Oh, was that yours? I'm sorry. You need clearance for boxes. It's one of the newer features they've added. Suit level 3 upgrade graph extended. Pulse rifle upgrade graph extended. New special ability is now accessible. Alright, we really need to upgrade our suit a little bit now. So, I think I want to like go this way to get more HP. So we'll upgrade our size, become large. Upgrade oxygen? Yeah, it sounds like a waste, but I gotta go through it. Isaac can smell through that helmet. I would hope if he can smell. Well, it's an airtight. Well, this is an airtight suit. That's why he can survive in vacuum. So he shouldn't be able to. Like filters mean it lets the environment leak in and out. But so that would actually like fuck up. He would like die in space then every time he goes. Unless it has like flaps, it automatically covers the filters with. shit, no, go back down. Remind you of sewers in Resident Evil 2 next to the nest hideout? We should. What we got here? Elevators. Door. Oh, okay, okay, I see. Oh, wait a minute. Something in there I missed? Is it over there? Oh, it's over there. It opens up.
Patient log retrieved.
I hear the tests on patient Harris were inconclusive. Given the reports from the colony, he's lucky to have his faculties at all.
Well, a divine experience would leave an impression on anyone's mind.
Perhaps. But I saw nothing divine in all that blood. The suicides.
This is a revelation, Terrence. We just need more insight to translate it.
You think this insight can be found in Mr. Harris's psyche?
I'm positive. And with Captain Matthias barring any visits to Aegis 7, this fellow may be our best chance.
Harris is Dr. Brennan's patient. And your methods... Look, Mercer, things are complicated enough already. I can't sign off on this.
You'll do what's best, of course, but how long can we afford to wait?
You know, I will say the unitology stuff is more interesting in whatever they were trying to do in, you know, Callisto Protocol, where they're like, a secret organization that cares about human evolution, but we have done nothing about human evolution in our entire centuries-long existence. At least the unitologists were onto something. Not anything good, but hey, they got something going on. Alright, moving on. What do I need this battery for, by the way? Wonder if the regenerator necromorph that gets sicked on you is this Harris's patient? I guess that's a possibility, isn't it? Is there anywhere down here that I can stick a battery? I didn't see any battery receptacles anywhere. I'll shake my head at the fact that unitologists can look at a necromorph and go, I want... Yeah, it is kind of dumb, but religion sometimes can make you do... You'll ignore rationale. If you've been told, like, no, this is the future. But, I don't know, a gibbering, like... tooth monster that kills everyone? I don't know. Seems like it would be a hard sell, wouldn't it? Alright, whatever we do with that battery, I don't know what it is. It's immortality? I mean, what's immortality though if you don't have an actual rational mind? First you're driven insane by the marker, then you die and become an enemy. You know, sounds like heaven to me. Yes, that's what you need. Okay, they're enlightened, beautiful, majestic forms. Alien cults usually are kind of weird though. I don't know why, but they're always the weirdest ones you can always make. You're not insane, you want to spread your faith through death. Well, it's definitely a lack of rationality. Maybe not insanity, but you're not being rational. I've mentioned it before, but I love that documentary on like the happy science cult from Japan who is like literally really into like spreading their faith through anime. Now they knew what the fuck they were doing. Like, you were just gonna make animes and spread our faith through that. There you go. Is this a cult that worships the novels of a science fiction writer? Ooh. Wait, you mean Heimlin guy? The one who started the Scientology? It's not really like any of his novels they worship, though. It's just like... Well, because I don't think Scientology was like one of his stories, was it? But yeah, I know that it's like, how can you believe that stupid bullshit? He literally said, you know what's a great way of making money? Starting a religion or something.
Patient log retrieved.
There. I have to record these days. The old memory, you know. As I was saying, the new treatment I'm developing should be just the ticket. The trial is very promising. Trial? You'll be back at your post in a jiffy with CEC none the wiser. Unless you don't trust me.
No, of course I trust you. Let's, give it a shot.
Volunteer 9 is a young male, testing my new tissue regeneration formula. I expect death within the hour, but the changes to the vascular system are very promising. One moment for the cleanup.
For the last time, get a trauma team in here. Yes, I called 3 times. My patient is crashing. Get off your smoke break and help me.
One person doesn't make sense is a mental disorder. If a group of people don't make sense, they call it a religion, and how dare you question how much it doesn't make sense? Sounds like a George Carlin joke, actually.
Clearance confirmed.
Alright. Okay. But in sleepy, I think we all are. I'll be ending. I got like another 15 minutes. Maybe enough time to finish up this room. Or whatever's in store. Try to go to bed at 9? Well, yeah, but that's 9 in Alaska time, which is probably like... How many hours after one of my streams? I'm a huge George Carlin fan, so I feel honored. Ah, well. Definitely been taking lessons. Chemicals were that lady sending out. Let's try out the zero-G therapy room first.
Clearance confirmed.
4-hour time difference? Good morning. What's up, TS? How you doing? Aw, Babby. And Dick. Don't know why I need to point that out, but hey, diagrams. Diagram be hanging dong? Yeah, why couldn't it be? Why's it always gotta be limp? Embarrassing the poor guy. I'm out of book clubs. How are you? How do you run out of book clubs? You've like joined them all and like, you know, I'm gonna go check out something else now. You guys are running out of books. But I'm good. I got nothing really to complain about. Alright. I think stuff's gonna happen once we get in here. Means that I finished all my books before the discussion day. Oh, well, you... Okay, I consider myself an avid reader, but since you got me, like, thoroughly beat. Like, how much time did you have to read through that many books? Or how many books was it, I should say. Imaging diagnosis. What's in here? Oh, this just leads back here. Okay. You could ban one thing permanently from the earth. What would you ban? Cancer. Why would I go with anything else? Yeah, get rid of the cancer stuff.
This is Senior Medical Officer Nicole Brennan. Medical is a sanctuary. All survivors, please join us.
Wait, why would the broadcast be like literally a hologram here having to say it out? Wouldn't it just be like a file playing on a computer?
This is Senior Medical Officer Nicole Brennan.
It's a weird way of... Yeah, it's not, okay, whatever.
Medical is a sanctuary. All survivors, please join us.
Alright. We ready for stuff to happen? I think we're ready for stuff to happen.
Shipwide transmission override. Isaac Clarke.
Just a trick.
Isaac. Isaac. Make us whole.
Isaac Clarke. All right.
Hey, stasis only slows you down. It doesn't permanently stop you like that.
Dearest. We were colleagues, you know. Dr. Chalice. Mercer. Are you the reason the marker won't begin? That's it. Convergence is installed. She's meddling. How is the question? But even if I was to ask, I suspect you're not the talkative type. And I haven't fully explored the cause of death as that missing factor. Dismemberment. Now I think we're on the right track there. Try and relax, Mr. Clarke. Convergence is so close. Maybe your death will tip the balance.
He's really spent his nodes into stasis, hasn't he? Because he's kept me locked here for a very long time. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yep, still cool out as it grows back.
Maybe this will work. Isaac? You there?
Daniels, open the chemical lab!
What?
Just do it!
On it! It's open! Go!
Oh, I was on the wrong side. One boy. Ah, fuck. Until his entire plan is the bad guy's plan from Neon Genesis Evangelion, what, the Human Instrumentality Project? I never realized that, but you might be onto something. I never really figured out what they wanted to do in that, though, either. And then he's like, yo, join all humans into, like, yo, the Sea of Soup or something, right?
Every way out is locked down through one of the offices. Must be Mercer's. I can brute force the internal doors, but you'll have to reach his office and lift the lockdown manually.
Still following me? I think it stopped following me. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I'll create a new slot now. Cindy really said the law of conservation of mass be damned. Did he? I didn't. I mean, I don't think you can just like, yeah, fuck the old laws of physics. I mean, but then again, maybe that's what the marker does. Anyway, but you know what? So far, I'm pretty positive on this remake. I mean, still not scared, still find the plot laughable, but hey, gameplay's still tight. What do you think, chat? What are your opinions of it? If you have played it, good. If you haven't, just watch me. You should be able to form an opinion of it now. Well, we can all be safely sure that it's kicking Callisto Protocol's ass safely. Not even a competition at this point. Liking it, yeah. Glad, you know, we got a, you know, decent, even though it's a decent game remake of a game that was already decent, so as long as they technically didn't fuck it up, kind of already like a sure bet. Everything kicks Callisto Protocol's ass? True. But I'm behind you? Well, you'll have many hours now to get ahead of me. Game is straight bussin', baby. I mean, I'm not, am I halfway through it yet? I thought I was only gonna get 3 streams out of this, but maybe I'll get 4. Maybe it's looking like a 4-stream game. I'd be fine with that. That feels like a long enough time for it. 12 chapters? Yeah, I think I'm like, what, 6 or 7 right now? So I'm about halfway through it? Yeah. Usually those last 2 chapters of a game, though, can often be kind of short. We're on 5, well, we're on, or 6, yeah. We're most of the way through that chapter, though. Like, usually, like, the last chapter is just, like, your boss fight. I do think that's gonna be the end of our stream tonight, chat. I feel like everyone's getting sleepy, myself included, and I gotta, like, pet my cat to make her shut up. And also maybe get something to drink, because my voice is getting a little dry. But we had a good time, right? We enjoyed ourselves. We all got our free entertainment for the night. Pet the pussy? I will do, will do. But hey, it's my honor having you guys again. Thanks for stopping by. It was a good time all around. For some reason, Dead Space horror games always make it for good streams. Chapters 8-11 are the longest. Well, yeah, you're right. But we'll see. Maybe we'll go through them fast. So, chat, that's it for me. I'm going to call it there. I implore you to, like, follow the stream if you liked it. You can also join my Discord by typing the Discord code into chat. Or scrolling down, clicking on the banner. Straight bussin', you know, the word we've all been using tonight, or just in the past 5 minutes. But hey, thank you very much. Also, thank you for any bits or subs tonight, or gift subs. Thank you as well for that. Thank you to the mod team. Always love all of you. Always love each other. Stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Same time, 8 p.m. Alright, I'm out. Peace. But yeah, I'm gonna fuck off now. Later.